so I'll start recording now. So, where we last ended, Chaz, Zafi, and Eris just left the Tiger's Eye, which was the building and not the emblem that I was looking for.
Well, two of us did. Chaz was still asleep. He was just with us in
yeah.
spirit.
Yeah,
That's
Chaz
right. He
was
was
sleeping in the greenhouse.
That's right. Y'all are correct. Yeah.
But we have to go drag him out of there before night.
Correct, because he was like, I'm just going to sleep here because this seems entertaining. It's like, huh, I think this is going to be cool. It's going to be really good. I like sleeping in the forest. So, pretty much, it's up to you what you want to do now. I'll leave it up to y'all.
Before we go much further, Doug, I think everybody else probably got the information that Bolo got or promised them, but I don't think that me and Bjorn got it because we were absent.
I also did not get it since I was absent.
Correct. So for Van, the information he would have gotten would be to speak with a member of the Lord's Alliance. They are basically like a security force in the city that are primarily a faction of members that consist of residents of Waterdeep and pretty much just be like born and raised to be a member of it. You during your session or during the last session when y'all were in the bar, you might have noticed a guy coming up and talking to you, and you were kind of sitting at a table with him. That was the member Gillester Silvermane. That's the member of the Lord's Alliance that you spoke with, and had a little bit of short discussion with him.
What was his name again?
It was Gillester Silvermane. I'll throw it in the thing so you can see how it's spelled.
I think I got that.
But I'll provide you with some additional detail on it. There's a J in front of that. Apparently I missed the J when I was copying it over.
I was off by one letter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And for Ephius, Volo mentioned a guy walking around town. He was making offers on a woman. He's been kind of going up and down the Sea Ward and visiting just some of the different wards, just trying to kind of test for a price, kind of aiming for the highest bidder. The person's cloaked. No one really knows what he looks like. Doesn't really know what he is. He kind of walks up, speaks in like a little bit of code, kind of talks to some people, and then kind of takes off. And no one's been able to really get a good exact location of where he's at and where he's holding up at. But he's pretty much just traveling from like ward to ward, talking about some female that he has. That's pretty much the only thing he really knew of. And for Bjorn, he said that. I'm trying to remember one thing.
Loser?
Yeah, one second. I had my thing.
Yeah, no problem. Just making sure.
Yeah, my thing froze for a second. Just waiting for it to finish blue wheeling. Alright, there we go. Finally. So for Bjorn, his letter was actually originally addressed to someone else. He is acting in someone else's behalf. The person he is attempting to locate is a short halfling. He's very shifty. they say he like kind of talks to himself a lot. He looks kind of grungy. Um, but he's been roaming around the dock ward a lot. Knows like he apparently spends a lot of time drinking at some of just the local bars around the dock ward and playing a lot of the like the dice and gambling games down the dock ward. And but he's not very friendly. He's apparently he's kind of an asshole. But he does a lot of talking to himself. That's one thing everyone kind of knows. It's kind of strange about him. He always seems like be having a conversation with himself, and like no one really gets it. But that's pretty much the only info that he was able to provide you. But
And did you say it was a halfling?
he is a halfling. He's got kind of short brown hair. Uh, he's just kind of very young. Kind of got like a weird, funky accent. And he talks to himself a lot.
Oh my god.
What?
There's only one halfling that we all know very dearly who this sounds like.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. I think you might be right.
Oh my god.
That didn't even occur to me until you brought that up. Wait, is it one?
He doesn't.
We should.
He does not know the guy's name. He just knows a description of him. He's not sure of the guy's name.
It sounds like Danky.
Sounds like
dark.
Danky. Legit sounds like Danky.
All right. So does that answer everyone's query of what info they would want to get from Volo?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, yes.
Fantastic. All right. So currently, Zoffy and Eris are riding, or just pretty much in the street. It's up to them what they want to do after that.
Well, we just talked to the guy in the tiger's eye so we could get Zappy's information.
Correct.
Is this the apothecary or is it this building?
I think it's one of the blue rooms.
This building right here is the building with that's the
This one.
Yeah, my map is black.
Yeah,
Oh, their tokens aren't on it.
oh yeah sorry, that's my fault.
Yeah.
I'll move you over real quick.
yeah.
All right, let's
We're not on the need to know list.
Yep. I'm gonna put you right outside where the manor's at.
Hey, Eris, do you happen to recall how much those potions ran? As I recall, they were fairly expensive.
For what?
For the potions that were in the Bella had to sell.
Yeah, if you go to the story tab and then open up the thing that says Phallus Potions, it has her full list in there of what she has.
Store tab. Oh, look at that.
And then I bought one of the greater healing and then two of the lesser healing, I think,
Oh,
or something like that.
you're killing me here.
Well, you need to buy some.
490 gold.
Well, Ben, if you need to go shopping, I need to go get empty flasks.
Oh,
Looks like I didn't buy any greater.
ah.
I
She has a
bought,
limited quantity too.
yeah, so I bought 3 of the regular healing potions and 1 of the climbing ones.
So she only has 2 regular healing potions left.
Yeah. And then 2 of the graders.
No, she only had 2 of the graders.
Right,
Did
she
anybody
still has
buy
the 2.
graders?
No. I was the only one who bought
I can't
anything.
afford both. I've only got 490 gold pieces. So
Did you get the thing I sent you?
I can't
Yes.
afford both.
Ephius, did you get the thing I sent you?
I did not see it.
Let me send it again.
Was it a message?
No.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it, yeah.
Let's see. Wow, there's just like nothing cleared out on this map. Where the hell am I?
Well, I think when you get on the map for the first time, you don't. You have to like pretty much move your character out to unlock everything.
Yeah, I think it does it every time you leave the map and come back to it too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't see it on y'all's
Maybe
end.
the server.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't see it on y'all's end. So.
Ross, can you unlock my token, please?
Yeah, it was doing that the other day for some reason.
Oh god, there's 2 Erises.
So where's the shotgun?
All right, try moving your character now.
If you go south
There you go.
directly where y'all's tokens are, I'm standing right in front of the shop.
All right, y'all should be able to move your
There's two of
tokens
me
now.
too. You're sitting right next to the Aqua Shop.
Yeah, that's
the
the
brown one just south of us.
yeah, the one I got the arrow pointed at.
The one Van next to is the blacksmith.
It's a very sweet couple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, blacksmith is actually this one down here. Let me this one right here.
That's further over there.
Yeah, it's that blue building, and then the one above it is where the woodworker guy is at. They're pretty much across the street from one another.
So am I now standing in front of? What the hell?
Yeah, you're at the
Yeah, you're
Cornella's
standing.
crown.
You're pretty much right there.
Yeah, I'll open
Yeah.
it.
I need to go in there and buy a potion, a single potion.
This one.
I guess I'll buy 3 of those crystal flasks you linked me.
Van.
Step forward, give her the day.
Yep.
And ask her if I may purchase. Where did the swords go? Sword. Oh, sorry. Sword.
Yeah, I'll send it out so you can make
Yeah,
it.
potion greater healing.
Yeah.
And I'll lay the coins on the table.
Okay. Then Ephius, how many flasks were you planning on getting?
What'd you say?
How many flasks were you planning on getting?
I was going to get 3.
Okay,
I only have 100 gold, so
gotcha.
I spent 400 on armor.
Oh, you would already have that armor at the beginning.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I have more gold.
There you go. Yeah, because everybody.
Some gold.
Yeah,
In that
everybody.
case, I will buy 5 flasks.
There you go. Yeah, I noticed yours was low, and I wasn't sure why, but I wasn't able to ask you last time.
So how do you want us to do this, boss? You want us to just drag the potion from the potion list onto our inventory?
Yeah, you
ourselves?
can. Yeah, just deduct the gold, and then your. Do you still have the flask item?
Oh, yeah, I just dropped it in.
Okay, fantastic. All right.
Where did it didn't seem to update this? Do I have to be in edit mode or something?
Do you need me to move it over to you? I did add everybody. I did give everybody 2 just regular potions because I was generous. Originally, because I was like assuming you're smart adventurers, you would actually You know,
Oh,
plan ahead.
it's not a it's not an actual.
Assuming we were smart, and the adventurers was the first
Yeah.
mistake.
So you were gonna get a potion of greater healing. Is that what you said?
The module's not loaded. That's why.
I added-
Let's see. Load the module.
I added 1 potion of greater healing. What else were you gonna get?
For me, that was it.
Just the 1 potion of greater healing. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's in your inventory now.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. That's it for me. Back to 250 from 490. Should be good. I think it's 240. Totally wrong.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Fantastic. All right, I'll exit y'all out of that one.
Thank you very much.
Put you back on the other map. And looking for
I'll follow suit.
Yeah. You're back on the big map.
Okay.
There we go. Just moving you on to make sure you're not locked.
Oh, there's 2 of me on here.
It does that occasionally. I'm gonna do this. When I usually delete them and re-add it, it usually fixes it. There you go. How about now?
There's still 2 of them.
Oh, well.
There's still 2 of them. One south. Looks like it's in the.
There's 3. Yeah,
It's just.
it's alright.
There is me.
That's clear.
Yeah, it's when I sometimes move them from one map to another. Sometimes I'll make a copy, and I usually have to like delete every character and then redo it, and it usually fixes it. But I only see one on my map, but it's everybody else says they see multiple copies themselves, so I believe y'all.
Yeah.
But on mine, at least, it just shows just the one of you, at least.
Let me close the map and see what happens if you reshare it.
Sure, that's fine.
Go ahead and reshare it now.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, see, now it's fine.
Okay.
It's on my side. It's not on your side.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I don't ever see anything on my end. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a client side thing, not your side.
Cool.
Okay.
While they're doing this, can I go to the blacksmith and sell a few things?
That is perfectly fine. All right, so the blacksmith is right here.
I'm gonna go with her.
That is fine. I just gotta shrink it to make it fit my thing better. So I adjusted all these maps. All right, go up here. Why is this down? There we go. That's better. I know y'all were wanting to sell a couple things. All right.
All the illicit organs we harvested last session.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Just find zombie. Okay.
I think these 2 are like my new favorite NPCs.
They
Want
are.
vote black for anybody else? Are we on a different map?
So what?
Oh,
I just
yeah.
you can close that if you don't need it. It's easier for me to just share it out to everybody than just to do it
I
individually.
get you. I get you. Okay.
Then once y'all finish shopping and purveying supplies, we can decide what y'all want to do after that. I know it's hard when we have some play one session and some that don't, and then trying to get caught back up. It takes just a little bit.
So they're in the bottle world.
What'd you say, Zoffy?
Pretty much, I guess we can just start going little by little and get everyone's like primary missions started. Sophie is done.
Okay.
You already saw your stuff?
Yep, I sold my stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna have to role play it all out, but if we can just do the old hand wave, and I'll do that.
That's it's fine. Just to move it a little faster, we can. That's not a problem.
All right. I'll just send you a whisper so you know what I'm doing now.
That's fine. Alrighty. And then let me add Zoffy and Hill back to this map. Here it is.
And I closed that one.
Yeah, you can close the blacksmith one. All right, there you go. Y'all are back on the big map.
Can you reshare that one out for me? That's good.
Yeah, do you need me to share it again?
Here.
Yes, please. I didn't know, like, my Discord's been acting up a lot, so I didn't know if it had me muted again or not. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. So once y'all get all of the shopping out of the way, y'all can go where you would like to go after that.
How many different quests do we have?
One for each of us, I think.
Are they all in different directions? Or do we have a
People to talk to, for the most part, have all been in this area, the Troll Skull Alley.
Yeah, so the person that Eris was going to speak to is in Troll Skull Alley. The person Zoffy spoke to is also in Troll Skull Alley. The person Bjorn is going to locate is in the dock ward. The person Van spoke to was at the Yawning Portal, and I'll send you some stuff about him in a little bit. And Ephius, his person is a little harder to locate at the moment. No one knows his exact location.
Yeah, but you said he was seen in the sea ward or the dock ward?
The last time he was seen was in the dock ward.
Well, if Bjorn goes that way, I might
find him.
I'll tag along Bjorn if he's going to the dock ward, and I'll look around.
He can't hide from me.
Boss, how big is the Waterdeep map? Is there like a low res version that you can show us?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick. Give me 1 second. Eris, did you get that map I sent?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just pulling up the NPC for it.
Just so we can get our bearings.
What'd you say there?
I'm thinking just so we can get our bearings.
Gotcha,
I have no idea where the dock ward is.
Yeah, I think I still have one. Let me look for it real quick. I think I do. I can't remember if I did it on this one or if I did it on the classic before we switched over. Because I know I made I put a map on, but I can't remember if I moved it over to this one. Let me do one real quick search real quick, and if I don't see it, I'll add one real quick. It'll take me a second. I want to say I can't remember if I moved it over to this one or not. I'll let you know in just a second. Let's see. Let's do wards. Let's see. Ward. And no. Here's the this is a. Let's see, is this the walk this like that? So this is a picture of the dock ward map. It's a little on the bigger side. And I'm trying. Yeah, I don't have my big map. Give me just a second. And I'll add one real quick. Unless you just add it to the Discord.
That's an old map from the 80s, but it is massive. So you can look at it, and it's got the street names, the ward names, all of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really good one, actually.
Bjorn, I must have told you that if we find the person I'm looking for, we better not attack, or he will kill us both. I was just looking for him to find the woman that you kidnapped.
So when you say attack, I mean I don't want to kill him, but
It is best if he does not see us. I will tell you what I saw when he found me. He killed the person by just looking at him.
By look,
Turned him to ash.
what sorcery is that?
I do not know.
Lots about pursuing this man.
I just need to find the person that he stole.
I'm stealthier than my father ever was,
Oh,
so I'm sure I can keep up.
I just want to get the information.
No attacking. I'll do my best.
He is single-handedly took care of a group of about 15 of us.
15.
And we had never even got to attack him.
No rage then. You can rely on me.
Good.
Track him down.
So I'm looking at this colored map. I'm assuming it's the dock ward. It's the gold area down at the bottom.
I'm honestly
Yes.
not sure.
Yeah, that'd be the dock. That's the dock ward based on what he's showing us on the map that's on the
Yep.
fantasy grounds.
Yeah, and then we're in the north ward, which would have to be either the blue or the yellow green section at the top.
If we can find Troll's Small Alley on the map, then we can.
I want to go to Troll Skull Alley.
That's where we're at
You're
That's where we're
currently.
at.
already.
Troll's Alley.
That's where we're at. That's a great name.
Yeah. Your current residence is called the Troll Skull
The map
Manor.
we own is actually called that too.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's a great name.
Yeah, the Troll Skull Manor is what it's called.
Beautiful.
And you have a ghost bartender.
I heard. That's so exciting.
Bjorn, one more thing. If you see him, he is as you say, a drow elf. So he is probably a highland.
You can't hide from me. Not for long, anyway.
Alright, I'm trying to. I got another wards map that I at least added to the game. I'm just making it a little bigger so when I send it out, it should fit better. There we go. I'll send this out. So, alright. So y'all are currently in the North Ward, is where Troll Skull Alley resides.
The dock ward is literally the other end of the map.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, completely on the opposite end of town. On the left of town.
Yep, and it's still moderately early in the day. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Pretty early.
So there are two ways that I'm thinking we can do this. We can wrap up everything that we have to do in this zone. which might take all day. And then head to the docks tomorrow. Or we go to the docks today, because that's probably going to be significant travel on foot, because I don't think any of us have horses.
Currently, no.
Unless there's, I'm sure there's like some sort of
Transportation system, yes.
Yeah, so we can take a transportation system, get down to there, and then hunt down this guy. We have a map of the docks ward.
Yes, let me send you out the dock ward map.
So we just have to decide which end of town we want to tackle first.
This is more in-depth look at the dock ward. This is a little zoomed in section. Yeah, that's just that's just one part of Waterdeep. Waterdeep's pretty stout, so
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind the waiting for later.
Yeah, isn't Waterdeep a metropolis? Or city scales it out?
one more time.
I think it is. There's a scale of town sizes, and Waterdeep is at the very far end. It's a metropolis.
Yeah, it'd be like that, like Neverember, or like Neverember. I can't remember the damn name.
I remember.
Yeah,
Neverwinter.
That's it. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Lord. That's what's Neverember or whatever. That's Renar's.
Waterdeep is even bigger than Neverwinter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's way bigger than Neverwinter.
It's the biggest city in the Storm Coast, right?
I think so, yeah.
Just the city of splendor.
Yeah. Yep.
For a reason.
The size of cities is based on the population. So, yeah, it's a metropolis. It's like New York City.
All right. So what is the plan of action for everybody, so everyone's on the same page?
I think we should just knock out the area we're in, and then first thing in the morning go to the docks. I think that's probably.
Sure, that'll work. That
Yeah,
will
I
work.
I'll go with whichever way we want to go. I just would want that.
Well, if you're sneaky at the beginning, if you're looking for somebody who's selling a person, then I can be selling that person during daylight hours. So he does not care to go to the docks right now. He'd rather go when it's dark and people are actually doing illegal things.
That might be flawed thinking. The slave markets run all day, every day. So.
This isn't the legally acquired slave, but yeah.
Again, I have no preference. I'm just here at time being to assist you, so take your poison.
Well, it seems like most people are fine just staying up there.
I think we're already all rested up, right?
Sounds like the overall consensus.
Yeah.
All right. So if y'all are planning on staying in this ward and locating more info of what's currently in the North Ward in Troll Skull Alley, the person that Zafi spoke to, Vincent, he just was hired, he was put on retainer to locate some information for Zafi. So after just being hired, he's not going to have anything right away. So she's not going to really be able to get much info. The person Chaz spoke with who is a member of the Emerald Enclave, the current owner and operator of the shop that y'all bought potions and everything from, the Cornella's Crown. She said she had something for him whenever he woke up, but he's in hibernation mode right now, so we don't know what he's up to and when he's gonna wake up. And then for the people who did not get to see her last session, I will show you what old Fala, who is the owner and operator of the Cornella's Crown, what she looks like. This is Fala.
Wait, this is the girl that's in charge of a plant store?
Yep.
FPS never left that store. He's still in there.
Why is everybody wrapped in fire?
It's a fireplace.
The fire.
But you're looking at the fire?
No, she is wreathed in fire.
She's got a pretty strong personality.
You think?
She laid a little bit of heavy sarcasm, which Chaz, of course, did not realize and pick up, and that ended up in him taking off and getting ready to shout from the rooftops that she's a member of the Emerald Enclave. Well, it was the best picture I could find, and I was like, this looks good. This looks good. I spent like 40 minutes trying to find a semi decent picture, and I was like, yeah, this one will work.
No, I'm not dissing the picture. I'm just saying it's still something I would wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think the mistletoe is still a nice touch, though.
Yeah.
it's kind of like kiss this. Alrighty. Yeah, not sure. So you have the option to return back to your residence for a brief time. You're also supposed to meet with someone that Renar was going to set up a meeting with. It was a person who would assist in helping with pay for the repairs to fix up the Troll Skull Manor. Since the place is in extreme disarray, it didn't help that Lim has destroyed a lot of things in the bar after his untimely death, and does not like anybody coming into his bar and trying to take over it and run things the way he wouldn't run it.
So are we going back to the manor?
Well, Zophi's quest can't really be started right now. Chaz's thing is only pretty much once he finally wakes up. He's pretty much in hibernation right now, and Ephius is unable to locate any information. The only other person that can really get anything would be Eris in the bookshop, which she is currently residing in.
Yes, I've claimed it as my own.
Think the bookshop?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the library inside the castle?
No. There's
Inside
an
the
actual
manor?
workshop.
Yeah, there's a bookstore in town. It's called the Bookworm's Treasure. It is this building right there.
Really?
Yep.
And you just took it over?
No. That was a joke.
Oh.
I can help you take it over because the bookshop sounds nice to FPS too.
Yeah, well, you can come in here because I'm about to talk to the person that owns it. See what's up.
I will do that. I can't do my token, but I will do that.
Yeah, I'll unlock you. But I'll add you to that map too. There you go. You're not locked anymore.
There's 4 of me on the screen.
You're like, I don't know which one to move.
Mine's the one that's probably the other one's like faded.
I'll add you to the bookshop. And I'll send it out to you. Does anybody else want to visit the bookshop?
I don't think I can read.
I don't see Zoffy having the need to go in there.
Okay.
Based on the intelligence
Probably
saves
a
you guys are
bad
making.
idea anyway. Books are flammable.
So yeah, that's very. Last I checked, they're very flammable.
So the owner and operator of the Bookworm's Treasure is named Rashal. They are a dragonborn. They don't have a solid picture of her, sadly, but she's in a just a nice kind of flowy robe that partially covers her head just a little bit, and she is just a general purveyor of knowledge, and trying to acquire any rare things that they can. And she has a decent supply of books that she can sell, and she also has a little bit of spells that can also be purchased as well.
I got a good one you can pilfer.
Close this, and I can
There
actually.
she is.
Yeah. So let me see if it'll send it. It may or may not send the whole thing. Give me a half second. It probably won't send it very great. I'm gonna try, but because if I send the whole thing out, it doesn't have like a quick list. But we'll see. We'll see how this copies over. If it looks bad, I apologize. That could have been worse, I guess.
Can always be worse.
That's the current spells that she has for sale in her shop.
And those are scrolls that you can buy?
Correct.
As somebody who handles magic, would you happen to know where we could find magic items? Common ones? Or I guess uncommon.
Yeah, she says that there's a person that has a shop in town. Their name's Zablob or Zablob.
Blah.
Yeah, it's a. Currently has 0 eye stalks. They are a deep gnome.
Oh no!
Thank God.
Enough with those in my day.
Hey, deep gnomes don't have eye stalks. I'm good to go.
And that's Boar's Day, Bjorn.
That's true.
Tentacles. Or tentacles.
Well, I have his genetic legacy.
No,
Yeah, where can we find this
tentacles,
blob
psionic
person?
attacks.
Zob's. Let me close this so I can.
Fabricate. Spell fabricate do. Let's see.
Zoblob's shop in the big map is. I'll share it out real quick so you can see it. It's the one that I got the arrow pointed to.
My token's not on that map, so I can't see it.
Ah,
but I'm
this is-
sure I'll find it later.
This is true. I'll move you to that one so you can see it. So
It's all good. I'll just say that I'm moving there next.
that's fine.
Because, you moved my token to that map, but now everything else is black on that map again, so
True.
I don't really have a frame of reference for like where.
Yeah, that's the only bad thing. They don't really link well. I haven't had a chance to look
Honestly,
to see if they're
I
able to
would-
do it.
I would set up 2 ones for Troll Skull Alley, one for potential combat, and one for just like everyday life. Since we live in that alley now and know basically where all the buildings are. I mean, you would think we would have a pretty general understanding of, you know.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Bjorn's just happy to be living somewhere. Even if that somewhere isn't in
And you haven't even got to see it yet.
I'm so excited. We have a place.
Now, it doesn't look as pretty as it first does, but it will look that pretty.
It's gonna look awesome.
Yeah. Loose.
Oh my god, FPS is going to ask, do you have a book of the, a book on the history of the city?
Yes. Check over in row 14, shelf 4.
Thank you.
And kind of like points over there.
Someone hand Bjorn a book. I want to see if he handles them as well as his father.
Oh God, no.
Well, I want to know the history of this area and their nobility and the city structure, so I'm going to purchase whatever book so my
Sure.
character can RP read and learn about it.
There you go. So it'll cost you about 25 gold pieces. It's a pretty stout book. Imagine like shoving the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, and then Return of the King, and then like doubling it, and then throwing it on the desk. And it's really, really tiny print. So it's like it's gonna be a read.
I've read the entire history of House de Madani and of the Royal Kingdom of Breland, so I'm good. I will buy that.
No problem.
So you're just gonna give me a like Swordkiss Adventure guide.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bjorn can get to M in the alphabet. It's tripped up what comes after M, though.
Which is sad because one of his letters in his name starts with N, and then there's O,
Yep.
and then R, and then O. And there's
Yeah.
like 3 letters of his name that come in after M.
He doesn't know what order they go in.
So does he like say the R and N like in the first half, like A, B, R, N, D, F?
He was not given a well-rounded education.
Can you at least read Elvish?
Good question. Let me check. Might be able to.
I mean, because you're what, quarter elf?
Half.
Half, you're almost
Almost
elf.
elf. She was a wood elf who really didn't care much for me. I didn't get a whole lot of special treatment. Not that half elves get special treatment anywhere.
They do in Hospitality. I'm quarter elf.
Sure. I gotta get me to House Badani, apparently.
Well, if you want to go to, Eberron with me. Although I am the crown prince second in line, so like I can get you in wherever you need.
Oh, well, hell yeah. I like Eberron a lot. Wasn't gonna do Bjorn, I was gonna do a shifter. Baron style inspired.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Eberron's a very underrated setting in my mind.
Oh, that's awesome. But like, crap,
I
I'm supposed to, like,
understand
I'm
Elvish.
sorry.
I don't know if I can read or write it. I certainly can speak it.
I can teach you. That'll be my mission in downtime is teaching you how to read and write.
That actually would be really cool. It's a good role play opportunity.
But don't teach him Conan. Teach him like halfling or something.
Teach it to me wrong.
Abyssal is the only language.
I'm going to teach him. So I'm going to teach him Draconic, Elvish, Goblin, and Primordial, and I will not teach him Common.
It's amazing.
So I'm going to teach you 4 languages.
He should know Giant and only Giant.
Just
You
giant.
can teach him just Primordial. You can talk to giant mountain spirits.
It's me. It's your boy.
Okay, so Yeah, I can. I'll get you that, Eris.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. Give me add up a total of how much that's going to be, and then kind of.
450. I already took it out of my
Oh, okay, perfect.
money.
Fantastic. All right, let me. I'll start working on that. Alrighty. Let me find your character inventory. Okay. There's one. All right. Is there anything else anybody wanted to do in this shop?
I don't think so.
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah, is there a book I can learn to read with?
I will ask if she has a children's, like, learn to read book on phonics book.
Please. I'm kind of, yes, I want to go up to you and be like kind of embarrassed about it. And I'm like,
I will ask if this is a good thing to recognize your weaknesses.
We'll make something for you. What we'll do is we'll get a wooden block, and it'll have like the word written on it, and then on the other side it'll have a picture of the thing. So it'll have the word, and then when you flip it over, there'll be a chicken or whatever.
Yeah. We'll change so if you like push it, it'll make the sound too.
Pictorial learning.
Yeah. Little A, and then you turn it over. There's an apple.
That's my heart so happy.
If you're looking for children's books, they are in row 1, shelf 4.
Oh, thank you.
Start with the blocks. Work your way up to the picture box.
Yes, I think I will. My student is a kind of dumb.
Apparently.
I know what I am.
Just because he's uneducated doesn't mean he's dumb.
Yeah. And plenty cunning. Dad told me so. Father said battle cunning is more important than intelligence.
How did that help you with the mind flayer?
Well, the mind flayer wanted to arm wrestle, it would have been a different story.
Or when the Merchants Guild comes talking about taxes.
You must be a well-rounded.
My father and Cord brought me to this town for a reason. I'm gonna prove myself to all of you, old bastards.
Old.
I'm not old.
But you're older than me.
Between the word blocks and the picture book, it was about 3 gold pieces. The word, I already deducted the 3 gold pieces from you. The word blocks are these finely carved small square blocks, probably about 2 inches by 2 inches, and they have some very nice innately like stamped in symbols on the back of it. So A is for apple, and there's a nice finely like wood burned apple into the back of the block.
This is so cute. Out of character, this is just making the educator in me so happy.
I shouldn't have told the lady. I could have made those with magic and then sold them for money in each town we go to.
I probably could. I hope there's a lot of Bjorns in the town you visit.
Probably even just regular children, right?
A lot of, you know what? I didn't think about just regular kids. I was thinking about estranged half-elf barbarians.
I'm sure normal, like, commoners don't get the chance to learn how to write very often.
Oh, man.
See if Google tells me what the literacy rate of Waterdeep is.
Waterdeep probably has a pretty low literacy rate. Probably learn how to play poker or roll dice before you learn how to read Waterdeep.
There's a sage advice on it from a month ago. See what Jeremy Cox said.
Yeah, entirely possible. Entirely possible. All right, so I am just All right. There's a picture book and a wooden blocks have been added to, or word blocks, yeah, are all in your.
Hey, I have word blocks.
You want me to give them through my inventory? You want me to get them over to you,
Bjorn.
Yeah,
Bjorn?
I'm gonna need
Can
to
you
practice.
hold these?
That's
Okay.
amazing.
So his dad is a cleric. He never taught him to read.
He's a battle cleric.
He's kind of estranged to.
Yeah,
I'll put them in the party inventory so you can get them out of that.
Hey, I spent about 2 weeks with my father, if that, and he told me that 2 weeks was enough to teach me all I needed to know, honestly. And reading wasn't on that list. It was a lot of lifting boulders and fighting and talking about bears. Word blocks.
All right, so everybody finished in the bookstore.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna try something different this time. I'm gonna just delete y'all's token from the thing. See if that works. Alrighty. See if that doesn't make it copy y'all's bad. Alright, so y'all are on Big Boy map.
Yay, big map.
Yep. So the place that sells, you know, common magical items is this store right here, the Zob's shop.
He's out of this little cart right here.
No, it's a big, it's this building right here.
I didn't think gnomes were allowed to own buildings.
This one does.
Alright, you gonna come in, Ephius? Maybe they have more flasks?
I don't know if he's there.
Hello, I'm here. I'm by Ephius, though.
Zoffy, are you here? I haven't heard you in a while.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, just making sure. I wasn't sure if you had yourself muted on accident.
Nope.
Cool.
Keep wanting to call Ephius Ezio.
It's alright, I was calling him Edifice for a little while there.
I'm just,
Yeah,
he's
it's okay.
he's got strong Assassin's Creed vibes, so I'm just like, Ezio, no.
I just thought he really liked Gizmon.
Yeah, clearly
He does like his mom, but he has a good wish with his mom.
Or hates his dad, one of the two.
No, he likes his dad too.
That's creepy.
So the two of y'all want to visit the Zob's shop?
Yeah, is anybody else gonna come with us?
What's inside there?
Mystical, magical, arcane, and
Ooh. Zoffy will go.
strange.
Yep, I'm going in. One wants to see.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll go.
Zoffy likes shiny stuff.
All
Sure,
right.
I'll go.
Sure. All right, fantastic. So as you approach the shop, the door is partially open, and you see a cloud of lavender, like scented purple smoke, like kind of trails outside of the door. And the store itself on the outside is a very deep purple, like a lavender. Like everything about this building is lavender. All right, so let me add y'all to this. Let me add y'all to this real quick, and then I'll share it out. And Zoffy. I only have to move 5 people tonight. It's really nice. right, and who am I missing? Eris. There's Eris. Perfect. Oh, I hadn't done this one. Okay. Apparently, I didn't add his character to it, but that'll only take me a second. Because there's only one of him. Aw, man. Doesn't have a token. I'll give it a token. He deserves a token. He deserves one. Alright. Assets. No. Do. Does it work? This work. Motherfucker, stand still. And oh God bless. I hate when I'm trying to drag a token and it takes the whole window. This is the most frustrating thing.
What?
And it didn't even move the right token. I hate when it does that too. Oh my God, it did it again. Stop. Like grab one token and then it's weird. Like I'll drag a token and then it like drags like not the one that I want to drag. It drags like another character. It's really weird sometimes. Like even shows like, there it is. That's the right one. All right. Go. Perfect. I like it. Now I can share this thing. All right. So this is the building. This is just that dense lavender smoke that's just pouring out of this building. Even as you walk up and like see into the windows and stuff, you can just see like the walls are just like painted like just a deep lavender color. Yeah, I'll open the front door, so it's open now, so y'all can go and do the front door.
Do we know who owns this place? Are they like well known in town?
Sublab.
That's right, the Deep Gnome.
Sublab.
Yeah.
Is there like any like hangy ornament bit, just something shiny in glass I can go up and poke?
Yes, actually. Right here on this right here on this little shelf right here is just a it basically looks like a pristine vase that is made out of like a lavender colored like crystal. It looks extremely fragile and valuable.
I just gently want to touch. Just gently, just little touch.
What are you touching?
The extremely expensive fragile base.
Don't touch anything.
Why is everything so purple?
But it's so purpley.
So old Zalop shop. So every wall is painted purple, and every dusty little knickknack that you see on the shelves is dyed a deep violet. You see like an old gnome sitting cross-legged at the counter. They have like plum-colored robes. Her cheeks are decorated with like 9 purple face-painted eyes. The gnome, she's smoking on a pipe, and you even see like a cloud of like lavender smoke popping out of the pipe and just raising whenever she's taking a breath. And she kind of looks at everybody as you walk in. She goes like, "Hail and well met. Come browse the shelves of the most curious shop in the world."
I mean, I like to browse.
Alright, I'm gonna start looking at the shelves before I go talk to her directly. See what we can see.
Okay. So she's got let me roll the table of all the trinkets that she's got on the shop. Sorry for all the rolling sounds whenever this video does come out, because it's going to be loud and obnoxious. The only thing I haven't figured out is how to turn the rolling off.
There's got to be a way how to do it.
Yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. I will eventually. So some of the trinkets that you notice around the tables and shelves, there's this one pipe that like blows out like weird purple bubbles. Um, there's like a weird small like cloth doll that is just skewered with needles. There's a very nice looking like nightcap that has a like almost like purple clouds all along it with like a nice ball on the top of it. Uh, there's like a crystal knob from a door that's like a nice pretty lavender. And there's also like this uh, she has like this small little doll. It's depicting like this very like nightmarish looking creature. It's just unsettling just even looking at it. And like as you like move past it, it kind of like tracks you a little bit. It's very unsettling. Also, you see a fine pair of like white sequence gloves that probably would maybe fit like a human possibly. And they also notice like a small crystal that has like a weird faint glow that like kind of shines a little bit more in the light.
All right.
We got to return those white sequin gloves to Michael Jackson. Got to give them to the original owner.
I'm curious about the monster doll.
Not touch the monster dolls, Effie.
I shouldn't touch anything.
She's like, ah, yes, that's quite an interesting piece. Do you like to have interesting dreams?
Define interesting.
I think she's talking to you, Effie.
Well, that is a precious, precious idol that will bestow upon you wondrous dreams.
Very intriguing because you guys can probably figure out what Zalfi dreams about. Do you have a picture of what the thing looks like or no?
Sadly, I do not. I will find a picture. You'd just have to give me a minute.
Zalfi's just going to continue to look at the creepy monster doll. Stare at it.
All right. Is anybody else curious about anything in the shop?
Not about any of this stuff.
Well, if you're ever interested in anything extremely strange and abnormal, this is the lady to head to.
Inquire if she has any other stuff that's not on the shelves.
What is it that you are looking for?
Do you happen to have any sort of magical wands? Specifically one with a sort of bluish crystal on the end, sort of jagged looking.
She does possess a couple small wands, but they're all purple. Everything in the shop is pretty much purple.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for one that shoots magic missile. So if you have that, I don't care if it's purple.
Well, not currently, but give me time and I should be able to acquire something.
All right. How long does that usually take?
For her, probably about probably 4 or 5 days. She might be able to acquire something.
All right. I'll come back then.
Sounds like a plan. All right, I need to step
What's wrong?
outside. This place is nauseatingly purple. It is quite purple. Like it is. It's not pleasant by any means.
Get you some purple armor.
Yeah.
Noxiously.
No.
Maybe a nice
No.
purple cape. That'd probably look alright.
I gotta leave with something purple.
Yeah.
No.
All right, I'm just gonna add this to the. I'm just gonna add to the Discord because it's gonna be too much of a pain in the ass just to add this idol to. I think it's finally finished. There it goes. All right, close browser. Thank you. Oh, don't do that. Let me add this image real quick to the Discord. All right, computer, come on, work with me here. There we go. Do. Where are you, picture? I don't see it. There it is. Okay. Add. Not add. Okay, open. All right, so Zafi, this is what the idol looks like, but just imagine it purple.
Whoa. That's frightening.
Yeah, it's a hard pass.
How much is it?
For you, dear, how about 10 gold pieces?
Only 10?
No.
Ooh.
We wake up and find Cthulhu being summoned into our plane of existence.
I kind of want to
Good
try and
deal.
smash this thing like Gimli tried to do with the ring at the Council of Elrond. Oh, bad shit's gonna come from this, I can tell.
Please don't awaken the dreamer. Awesome.
I'm very tempted to buy this thing. Only 10 gold
Hey,
pieces.
God, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and see if I can determine what type of magic this statue possesses, if any.
Sure. So when you cast Detect Magic, you don't really notice anything strange about it.
Do I detect magic on it?
No, not that you can sense. No.
It does not seem to be anything special, Zaf. If you want to take it, but I do not think it is a magical.
What type of drinks you said? Again?
If you want it, you can buy it, but I do not detect anything magic about it.
Miss
might be
Gnome
trying
Lady?
to-
What type of dreams did you say you would do again?
Wondrous, exciting dreams.
Effie, I think
Gold!
she's trying to-
Here's 10 gold. Look, Corbin, we got a new friend.
Caw.
Let me go on and search her.
We already live in a cursed mansion. What's one more?
Well, that's a very good point. Just start curating it with accursed items.
Yep. You have a new idol added to your inventory. There's Zafi.
Woohoo. Scary idol. I like it.
That's very legit.
Yeah.
Gonna have some interesting dreams.
So that didn't have any magic. Did anything else in the place like give off any magic aura?
You noticed a weird thing from the gloves. The gloves gave off a faint scent of magic. But
What did these gloves do?
Oh, interesting. Those are quite a nice pair. Well, Are you one who likes to take things?
I do not take things, but I have known to have to use my hands to get into places that others do not want me.
Well, let's just say they have quite a sticky finger.
I think I understand.
Would you like to buy?
Well, what is the price?
Well, for you, what do we say? 30 gold pieces.
A 30. I will do that. Here you go.
Wonderful. I'll add something to your inventory here shortly.
Yep.
All right. So is everybody satisfied in the creepy purple shop?
Yep.
Do I have fun purple gloves? Or are they white sequined?
They're the outside is white sequined, but on the inside is like lavender.
Pretty.
We got some nice goodies, didn't we?
That we did.
Bjorn's still stuck in there doing whatever.
He went to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
In the store.
Just in the store.
He's peeing in that really fancy vase.
Yeah.
You pee in it, you buy it.
That's a good policy for a store owner.
That vase is pretty interesting. All right, I'm just adding the all right. So y'all are finished in the shop, correct?
Yep.
Aye.
Fantastic.
so.
Well, what's next is to go to the docks. Would it be better for us to go to the docks at night? Would you think?
I don't think we're done in this part of town. I still have to go talk to my contact, right?
Oh,
See, this part of town?
They are close. Yeah, they're in the yawning portal, which is not very far from where y'all are at.
Do we want to take care of that first, or? I mean, I can
I
wait
think
until we
we
get back to
should.
the docks. All right. You guys don't mind? Let's go take care of that. We want to scoop up bathroom boy, or?
I'm sure Bjorn would like to see Bonnie again.
Oh God.
Bjorn definitely wants to see Bonnie.
We heard that from the bathroom.
Why are we gonna go somewhere? At this point, I can't actually tell if I do or don't have an STD.
Does it burn when you pee?
I don't know. I might have to roll for that.
I could cast detect poison and disease and see if I sense one on you.
Oh, you might have to.
Let me know if it burns after you pee. That it could be a urinary tract infection.
Exactly.
But if it gets the drip, it is probably the gonorrhea or the clam.
Or is the clam? Oh, we all get the drift sometimes. You wait it out and it goes away.
Well,
Yeah,
while Van's
right.
teaching you to read, go ahead and learn some about his faith. And I think if you pray enough, you won't have to worry about diseases anymore.
Is that how that works?
Whose faith is this?
Yeah.
Demons
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work
Oh.
that way?
I don't think
Nope.
Cord is going to get rid of my gonorrhea. I don't think he cares that much.
And I don't think
It's a badge of honor for Cord.
I don't think Van wants to waste
might be.
five lay on hands to cure disease on him either.
Nope.
He warned him. All right, so y'all can close old Zalob's shops there.
Hey.
All right, so
If you got the idol, what did Super Mario get?
he got a pair of white gloves. I added them to his inventory. He can choose to.
Got it.
He can explain if he
Like
wants
that.
to.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Man, I don't know if I want to roll a 20.
I feel like that's a pretty sticky finger.
Yeah.
Real sticky finger. All right. So what was the plan? I was in the middle of typing something when y'all were deciding what you wanted to do. I apologize.
I believe we're going back to the yawning portal to reach out to my contact.
Fantastic. All right. Y'all can close big map and I'll bring up the yawning portal. Which is, I have it saved, I think on the bottom right here. Yes, I do. Make this a lot easier. All right, so let me just fit it inside my map. Did I readjust it? All right. Okay. I will, let me add y'all first and then I'll share it because there's no point in me doing it until y'all are on the map. And then I'll add the NPCs too. Now that I have it, a nice quick tab to make it a little easier for myself. All right. I'm assuming y'all are just leaving Chaz and the to sleep it off in the greenhouse for right now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll go get him before nightfall and put him in the attic. That sounded horrible.
Tucking him in. All right, I'm gonna delete some of
He's
the.
like a vampire. He just needs like a box with some dirt in it, right?
Hey, I take
I
offense.
think
to
he's
that.
more like a cat and he just needs the box.
All
I
right.
can work with that.
Let me. I'm taking off some of the NPCs. There's just not so many in the combat tracker, and then I'll add him because he would be likely to be here. All right, and then let me add my yawning portal people. Boom, and make them visible.
What did I miss? Who
All
was
right.
Rashawn?
That was the owner of the bookstore.
Oh.
She gone now. You ain't gotta worry
She's a
about it.
nice lady.
Well, y'all know what Sophie's doing.
And the guy you were wanting to speak to, Van, is that guy right there.
All right. I suppose I will approach him and tap him on the shoulder and motion towards the back cubicle where we met previously. And we'll head back there after I order a couple of drinks for us from the bartender and pay for the bill for him.
Fantastic. All right, so he'll kind of look at you, and you hand him like a gold piece, and oh, she wants 3 gold pieces for the good stuff, and he kind of looks at you, goes, and just like has a smile on his face, and he goes and walks over and pours the good stuff and brings you a nice mug of it. There's Avi. He's got a special keg right here that's at the bottom of the bar that's literally clearly marked the good stuff. That's his top of the top shelf ale.
I'm going to empty the mug he gave me into my special mug and add some healing potions.
For that extra kick.
Mm-hmm.
I have a healing potion addiction. No big deal.
Okay. All right. So after some time, Bonnie walks up and sees Bjorn, and she goes, "Hello, Bjorn. How are you feeling?"
Hi, Bonnie. Fine. How are you?
Well, you see, the thing is, well, I have chlamydia.
No one just flips the table. Just whatever's in front of him, chair, table, whatever. He just flips it.
And Darren looks over at Itchy and just kind of raises a hand, like points at you, and he goes, "Enough."
But sorry. Clean it up. I just want to stare at Bonnie. Do you have a town cleric or a healer or an apothecary? Somebody?
Yes. Well, you see, the thing is, I have what you would call kind of an addictive personality, and well, I might have more than just chlamydia.
Bjorn is like vomit in his own throat.
I know lesser restoration, Bjorn, so I can do one at a time.
He's really contemplating if he should have ever left the woods.
The cleric says I have some sort of thing that's called spell resistant STDs. They
Spell resistance STDs.
You broke doors.
I have a sexual transmitted disease, boss.
Well, I'm not done. Sorry.
Bonnie, why did you fail to tell me any of this before we slept together?
Well,
Kept sleeping together.
well, I mean, you were really excited, and you were covered in blood, and that was really attractive. And I've been told that I don't know. I think they call it promiscuous. I don't know. That's a big word. I really don't even know what it means. Well,
Out with it, woman.
well, I hate to say it, but I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
Hey, are you pregnant?
No. I'm quite sterile. I'm sorry.
My dad would kill me.
But
Bigger and on about he would be too young to be a grandfather and how he didn't even know he hired me in the first place.
I'm kind of supposed to ask you about the money.
About the money? You mean the money?
There it is.
Well, I'm not free. If
What do you mean you're not
you
free?
catch, if you catch my meaning.
But Barney, we've laid with one another like half a dozen times. You haven't charged me before.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're having this conversation.
Have you been?
So,
Have you been? Are there receipts? Are you been keeping paperwork? How much money do I owe you?
well, it would have been only about 200 gold, but after you messed with my bum, it kind of raised the things.
Well, you know what? Lest you have receipts, there's no proof of this. I deny these allegations.
Well, the thing is, someone saw us, and they kind of keep watch of what we do.
You're
And
saying somebody watching us?
maybe,
And you've known about this?
maybe,
This maybe.
well, if you hadn't asked me to stick something up your bum, they probably wouldn't be charging us as much as you are now. Oh, I forgot to ask, by the way, are you able to sit down okay?
An air-headed wench, Bonnie.
I mean, I know you were having trouble earlier, but I had never really used anything that big before, so I mean, I was a little worried, honestly.
Bjorn's just rubbing his temples, just. Oh, okay. Okay. Need to go back to Phandalin. Need to run far away.
Yeah, so my boss, he kind of told me that I needed to collect. So
Did you dare make me man to man?
yeah,
Is he a coward? He
he's
sends his own wenches to come collect for him?
he's over there. She kind of points over to the guy sitting over at the table by himself.
What's he look
Hey,
like?
God,
Yes.
Turns.
God, I've been listening to this whole conversation, and I make a motion to to Zolaster, or whatever the hell his name is, to give me a moment. And I get up from the table, and I cross over to where they are, and I sit down at the table and just remain silent for a moment.
No problem.
Are you in relation to me right now?
He is
I'm
right.
sitting at your table.
He's sitting here with his hands stapled, looking down at the two of you.
Are you doing what I think you're doing?
I'm sitting at the table with you and Bonnie.
Okay.
All right. So now I know who she's pointing to as as her employer.
Not you, is it?
No,
No.
it's where the
The
arrow's
ultimate
pointing.
plot twist.
I would have been like, what?
No. But carry on.
Alright. You're just, okay. I hope you're with me for backup.
We'll see.
More like a father's judgment.
Oh, that's been going on for days.
This is what the guy who's sitting at the desk. This is what he looks like.
I don't think you gotta worry about him. His name's Melon.
Yeah, he seems to
Hey,
know.
loser.
He's got that plate mail, so somebody needs 1,500 gold.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Fantasy Grounds. What's this dude look like? Describe him to me.
He's
Paunchy, got blonde hair with a scruffy beard, and kind of dumpy looking. I think I can take him.
All right. I look at Bonnie. Go over to her employer. Does he make eye contact with me? Does he? Clearly, he sent her over to talk to me to collect. So.
Oh,
You looking at
he sees you quite clearly. He's
Sure.
been watching you the entire time. Like he's just
I'll
like
look at
waiting.
Bonnie.
He's waiting patiently and to see what you're gonna do.
Sure he is. He's tapping his fingers or twiddling his thumbs.
Yep. He's just sitting there, just casually flipping a coin up and down in his hand. He's like lean. Imagine him just sitting in a chair, leaned back on his back legs. He's just casually, like not even looking, just catching the coin, just continuously in his hand over and over again.
All right, Bonnie. I'll do business with your employer. First, I want to buy him a drink. Will you be a doll? And I take out a hopper or whatever. Go bring me an ale. Because I'd like to buy this man a drink.
The Eris, the person that's standing over there, he is a bard, and he is just casually playing a lute right there in the. Okay, so he'll sit there and he kind of looks at you and nods, and you start hearing in the background dun 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 dun.
I'm gonna slip him a couple gold so that he, maintains
The suspense,
BGM.
yeah, the suspenseful music, no problem.
Beautiful.
I got you, Bjorn.
All right.
Bjorn, under my breath, I'm telling you quietly, whatever you do, keep it legal.
Right. Don't break the law.
If you incinerate the body, there's no proof.
Precisely. So, I sent Bonnie off to get an ale to bring to me. She back with one yet?
She'll go get one from Durin, and then he brings you back. You know, she brings you a cup of ale.
Thanks, sweetie. March up right to his employer. Cup of ale in my hand. I don't say anything to him. I stare down at him. I throw the ale in his face.
So as
You
you,
technically didn't break the law.
yep. So as you walk up to him,
Well,
I
actually,
slam the sign down on the table. I don't say anything. I just keep staring at him, but I just slam it down.
it's have to be a battery, actually.
yep. So the guy falls backward out of his chair. You know, he kind of like looks at you. He's not dumbstruck or anything, but he just kind of looks at you. He kind of stands there, kind of looks at you up and down, kind of sizing you up a little bit, and but he sorry, I was reading something. But he kind of like slowly stands up, kind of like wipes his face off a little bit, and kind of looks at you and it's just like, boy, it's gonna cost you extra now.
I don't like the way you conduct business.
And I don't like the way you screw. It's weird.
Can I say, I was raised in the forest with wild animals.
That makes sense, actually.
It makes sense, actually. I didn't know the company of civilization until I was already a man. I know one thing that my father taught me, and I knew him for about 9 days. Told me never to be swindled by fat, lardy sluts like you.
I am crossing over to where they are.
So he's a King Shamer boy. So I just not read it. So he just kind of like looks at you, and you notice he's got like an extremely fine sword. Or sorry, I think it's actually an axe. I want to say. I want to say it's an axe.
It could be either. It's magic. It can transform from a sword to an axe.
Yeah, I want to say it's. I'm pretty sure.
Whatever.
It is a battle axe. It is a battle axe. You really notice it's actually like really it's like a really like a solid steel handle. It's got like tiny runes wrapped like etched in it, and then it's wrapped in like this like really strange hide that like has this weird blue glow, and you see like a sapphire kind of set in the pommel of the axe. So
It's a mighty fine weapon you carry.
It's split a few skulls. Might split yours if you don't watch your mind.
It would be a damn shame if you were to lose that axe. Because you had to get your skull split because you said something stupid to the wrong half-elf.
So he kind of looks at you, and he's like, "You don't know who I am, do you?"
I don't care who you are. I know that you don't conduct business properly. I didn't come to this town to get stolen from. Came to this town to help my friends, prove myself to my God and my father, and screw barmaids. And you're interfering with a lot of those right now.
Would you expect to get your pecker wet? Would it always cost something?
You see, that's when you approach me like a man in the beginning, and you tell me up front the charges. Afterwards, it's not the time to collect. And I guarantee I am not the first poor sap that this has happened to in here. If you think I'm just going to bend over backwards because you think you can collect and intimidate me, you've picked the wrong fucking half-elf barbarian.
So as you're getting into your conversation with old Mel in there, Renar, who was actually sitting in the back with Volo, he sees the exchange and like immediately runs over to where you're at as fast as he can, and he comes running up and he's like walks up to you and he goes, Bjorn, you got to stop, don't do this.
Why? Why do I need to stop?
You don't understand who he is.
I don't care who he is. This is the law of Claw and Fang, and I'm about to tear him in half.
Bjorn, he will murder you. He is the champion of Tamora.
Champion of where?
He just kind of like looks at you like you're like an invalid, and he goes, "It's like he's the champion of."
I am.
He's the champion of Tamora. It's like he served directly under the Blackstaff.
Let's look over nearest party member with a "what the hell is he talking about" kind of look.
Can I make an intelligence check?
Yeah, you can.
I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I presume that would be history or.
Yeah, history would be, especially with you being from Waterdeep. Give yourself advantage on your history check since you're from Waterdeep.
All right, advantage. This is gonna go over well.
Or I meant to say strongest.
I was gonna say the strangest. Strongest recognized mage in water.
Interesting. So he's some mage's bodyguard, basically.
Yeah. So, if that's the case, then why is he resorting to extortion? Petty extortion.
Scoundrel's gonna scoundrel, I guess.
With common whores.
And then
Everybody has to
Bonnie
have-
like looks over and goes, "Hey."
There is no honor in what he is doing.
Oh, there isn't. Thank you. Thank you for backing me up in this.
Yeah, Renar, he kind of acknowledged, like, he recognizes. He's like, yeah. And he kind of like walks up and like whispers to you to like kind of explain. It's that's fine. So he walks up to you and kind of like whispers. It's like, something happened to him a couple months ago. No one really knows what it is. But he went out adventuring one day, and when he came back, he just wasn't the same. He was once a member of Force Grey. He just up and quit randomly, and he pretty much just spends all of his time in the Yawning Portal now. That's kind of how he got involved with Bonnie. No one really knows why he's acting the way that he is, though.
Maybe a good crack on his head will do him right.
So he kind of like he also does something like really weird. Is he's like looking at you, like his eyes do something like very abnormal. Imagine that he's like looking directly at Bjorn, and then all of a sudden his right eye moves independently of the left eye and looks directly over at Van, and then
Holy.
the left eye moves independently of the right one and looks at Raynar, and then back at Bjorn, and then the right one moves back over to look at Bjorn.
I want to like glance over at Van, kind of like a "Did you see that?" sort of thing. Like that wasn't natural.
Yeah, he kind of looked up and like he starts kind of like sweating a little bit and kind of freaking out. He definitely feels very disturbed by what just took place.
Huh. Well, I'm still gonna beat this guy's dirt.
All right, if you're gonna fight him, you need to roll initiative. I know you just disconnected, so
No, there's got to be a better way to do this.
Arm wrestling.
No, it's too simple. I don't want to fight him. I just don't want to fight him in a dirty tavern and sink down to his level. It's not what my father would want.
There is a way to do it.
I'm open to suggestions. I'm not going to pay him.
No, I'm not going to lead him down the whole way of last one. I'll take off my gauntlet and throw it down on the ground. And I tell him to pick up my gauntlet and prove the honor of your actions. Or I will prove the honor of mine upon your body.
You talking to me, Van?
no, he's talking to the
Okay.
Meloon.
All right, I was about to say, very paladin-y.
So he just kind of like looks at you, and he looks at your glove on the ground, and then like he just kind of like eyes it, and then you notice his right eye is looking down at the glove, and then his left eye looks up towards you, and then he just kind of like he has like this weird, just creepy smile, and then he just like uses his left foot and just kicks the glove down into the hole. How's that for your honor?
So here,
Van, just give me the signal. And I'll tear
this
this
is a
man.
man with no honor.
Give me the signal and I'm going to tear him apart.
And I will declare in front of everybody there that this is a man with no honor and no respect for the norms of knightly behavior, though he poses as a knight.
Yeah, he's sort of
Therefore, those norms do not apply.
Good. So I'm going to teach this old man a lesson.
And I will draw my sword and tell him to.
Take out my warhammer.
And then Renard's just like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, and just like starts like running in like the opposite direction. And then he like runs up to Durin. It's like, Durin, you gotta stop it. You gotta stop it.
Spits on the ground.
What is happening?
Cheat me out of money.
And then
I want to like for Bonnie. Bonnie, if you're watching this, you're hiding somewhere. This is for you.
and then old Miloon, he's looking like at Van, and then his left eye, independently of his right eye, like looks directly over at Bjorn, and like he just has like this weird, just evil, like almost inhuman smile like up here on his face, and like he just like starts to slowly showing his teeth, and he just looks he almost looks barely even human, and he's just looking at you. And he's got his right hand on his axe, just kind of just like waiting for you.
It's a little unsettling.
I got your back.
All right, I'm just waiting for the initiative roll.
All right, if y'all are wanting to do battle, roll initiative.
Would be great if I could get into fantasy grounds. Come on. Somebody roll for me.
I'll get you. I'll get you. Let's see.
Attempting
Bjorn.
direct connection server. Beautiful.
All right, you got a 1.
Oh, wonderful.
That's
Makes
fucking.
me so happy.
It became a
The
3.
one-time God rolls a 1.
It became a 3, but
But hey,
yeah, it's wonderful.
Sorry, I got a
Is
4.
that-
So.
Please try not to burn down the inn.
All right,
No promises.
all right. So
see
we'll.
what-
Wow, they all had shitty initiative rolls.
Not me.
You had a 20, obviously, but I mean, you had rolled advantage, so I mean, plus your 18.
I
plus
love
2.
my shield. Okay, so I'm going to. Okay. Well, Bjorn isn't close enough to me to do this, but Mr. Van is. So I'm going to take my gun, put a little alchemical mix in it, and shoot Van and cast Enlarge on him.
Nice.
What does that do?
You're now a large creature, and you get advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Your new weapon gets bigger and deals an extra 1d4 damage.
Oh, nice.
I'll add the effect to him.
Cool.
Yeah. So he's now enlarged. He pretty much just did a read a repulse and made his monster grow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Make my monster
Yep.
grow!
And that'll end my turn.
Okay. All right. So old Miloon, he kind of looks at the eye, his right eye is looking over at old Van that just grew quite large. So homie here, he when he attacks, he gets to multi-attack and he rolls 4 times.
A lot of attacking.
Yes, it is. All right, so that was attack 1. That's attack 2. So attack 3. Oh, it was a 10 for a second. And final attack.
You're gonna die.
Wow, 24, 24, 22, 22.
All right. All right, Van, you're up.
Why do I think that this guy is a big old sack of hit points? Move here,
Take him out.
and we are gonna do how many attacks do I get per round?
You get 2.
Does that include Thunderous Spike is a bonus. Smite is a bonus action, and then I can hit him. Actually, what I want to do is I want to try to hit him first, and then use Thunderous Spike.
You also have advantage on strength, so you gotta try to push him in with your advantage on strength.
Yeah. So let's hit him first. I suppose I helps if I select him. Well, that didn't help. Alright, so now I'm going to pop off Thunderous Smite.
No, you have to add it to your attack. So Thunder Smite basically it's like kind of like how you do and it's like the only time when you first attack with a melee weapon, once you let's see, this spell rings thunder, blah blah blah.
I get 2 attacks per round?
Yes.
Oh, that's a hit. Well, that was helpful.
It was really
Well, at least hit him. That was really bad. Okay. Oh. That is a spell, mark that. Okay. I am done.
Okay. All right, Zoffy.
All right, I'm just going to finish my drink, and then I am going to turn and move up about right here and cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
Was a good choice.
Never misses.
But it does 2 damage.
You get
get
3
3
bolts. Yeah,
shots.
you get 2 more bolts of it.
Oh, so I can do it 2 more times? Okay.
Yeah, you 2 more rolls, yeah. Slightly better. There you go. That's a max roll.
I'll take it.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Okay.
That's alright, Sophie. I'll show you how to do Magic Missile.
Ha ha.
First, I'm gonna hit the guy with Hex. And then I'm going to hit him with my Hexblade's Curse. And I'm gonna use his 2nd level Magic Missile.
Okay.
Jesus. I need to go to whatever magician school you went to.
All right, Bjorn.
I would like to rage.
Okay. I'll,
And I'm just gonna go swing at this guy.
okay. All right. So we'll do rage.
But I'll
Okay, you
lift
were
up my father's hammer and try to just bash his brains in.
okay. You got a hit on your first attack.
Beautiful.
second attack. Okay. All right. You hit him twice. Both times. So, all right. So, and then that's the round. So, Ephius, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to go over here, 20 feet to this chair. First, take a shot at Mr. Malone, a little firebolt. So, firebolt at him.
Okay. Oh, it was almost a 20. I saw
it was right there.
I saw it.
But for my bonus action, I will healing word Mr. Bjorn.
Okay.
Take.
Which does nothing for the rest of
Which I'm basically going to shoot him with a, shoot him with a syringe of potion, basically.
The stim packs from Fallout.
Basically. And end my turn.
Okay. All right, and then this is a. What was it? Okay. All right, so now he's going to start wailing on Bjorn still. Okay, that was his first attack. Second attack, ooh, it was almost a 20. It was almost a 20. Okay.
Past and miss.
All right, and then 18. It's another hit. So that's.
What's my HP looking like?
It's getting
Well, I
low.
healed you 12.
You're at 52 of 59.
You'll be alright.
Unless I roll, well, even if I roll a 12, it won't be enough.
Good thing you're resistant to stuff right now.
I know. Otherwise, you would have died. If you hadn't raged, you'd be dead right now.
Oh, that's good.
Should have raged at the start before you even tried to attack.
Well, he hit first, so. But yeah, he
But
probably
he's
should have.
standing there getting more and more mad and challenging the guy to a fight. He should have.
Yeah.
True.
And then he's gonna do second wind in a heal for 20.
That's alright.
Okay. All right. And then that's all he's doing. He's finished. All right, Van, you're up.
Bjorn's looking pretty bad, right?
He's a hurting.
And I'm gonna lay on hands for Bjorn.
Okay.
Is that that's a full action, right?
I believe it is.
Oh wait. I think I just put my point on the toilet. Sorry. I need to.
It didn't heal him, so you're good. It didn't do anything.
Okay, I want to heal Bjorn.
You're still targeting what's his name?
There we go.
There you go. Perfect.
All right, so I want to. So how do I do the Bam Hasting?
So the way I create it for you, so when you open it up, it's got a 1, a 5, and a 10, and then you just drag that plus symbol, however much you want to heal him. You just move it over to whichever amount you want to use. Okay. There you go.
And his CD is cured.
No, it's not.
So is it a one to the other?
He has a spell resistant SCD.
Oh, right.
You're gonna need a bigger spell.
A much bigger
Yeah,
spell.
and I think I have enough to still hit what's his name once, right?
You have
Well,
to,
the good news might kill me, so I don't have to live with it.
what was it that you asked there, Van?
Do I still have enough to attack what's his name, or is that the much?
I want to say extra attacks. It's when you use your action to attack.
Two
That's like-
attacks per round.
Yeah, whenever you take the attack
But I don't
action,
know.
Yeah, so he took a different actions. So unless lay on hands is a bonus action, then it's gonna be.
that'll
really
take your
unlucky.
that'll take your turn.
I think it's my regular action. Okay, then I'm done.
Yeah, it's an action. Yep.
Get
All right,
him up like
Zoffy.
Shield of Faith or something.
Right. Fireball.
Fireball.
Fireball or bolt?
Bolt.
Oh,
And
you
Nobody
hit.
kills our own party but us.
Okay.
that's it.
All right.
No, trust me, I want to use fireball, but I might kill 2 party members. I'm not one party member.
Gotta get the 4th level one, the controlled fireball.
Yes, I can.
There you go.
All right. 2nd level spell, 4 more magic missiles coming on in.
Do it, Harrison. Kill it.
I'm trying.
Erase all that stuff he just took back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna move farther away just in case he decides to come after me.
Coward.
That's smart, strategic. You wouldn't understand with your -1 to your intellect.
Come on.
All right. So it's Bjorn's turn again. I'm assuming you want to swing on him some more.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
Hit him.
All right. Your first attack missed, and your second attack hit. So
Kill him.
that was max. You got max damage on him. So
He's still breathing.
all right. So Ephius, you're up.
Okay. I will once again take a little fire shot at him. This again, but I will once again pop off another healing word on Mr. Bjorn.
Thank you.
And between the two of us, we can keep you alive. I think.
Well, it'll help,
Yeah.
and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. This will probably be his final swings. So he's gonna swing on Bjorn. Got a 10. That's a hit. He is yet to miss. Man, he always gets really close to a 20, but never a 20. Ah, there we go, an 11. That helps.
Because you're not aiming at me or Denki. That's why it's not turning into a 20.
20, I suppose. Okay, this is the 3rd attack.
No, I didn't do that.
Damn,
I can do
that
that.
was almost 11. Almost 11.
I did.
Ah,
Are you dead?
close, but I think you'll survive. Unless I roll a 12, which even then I think you still might survive. Oh, I rolled a 12. Yeah, I killed him. Woohoo! I killed him.
No!
I did 17.
It's alright, Bjorn, you will not have been mortally wounded in vain.
I hope so.
All right, cool. I'm happy at least. I'm happy he at least finally killed Bjorn, even with the amount of y'all I killed him. He's,
The mind flayer couldn't do it, but this guy could.
by God, he did. He sliced them like
Randall
butter.
Mark. Weird eyes can.
Okay. So, for my turn, let's see, make sure I am not. Oh, I still have Bjorn
Yeah,
targeted.
I removed it.
Yep, that's fine. That's exactly who I want targeted. We're going to heal him. Cure wounds.
Zafi, mute yourself with your
I
food.
got
Sorry.
How dare you
That
eat cereal
is
in
the
front of
end
us?
of my turn. She didn't bring it up for everybody. She didn't bring it up for anybody.
I think it's like pasta or something.
I'm all set.
All right, Zafi, it's your turn.
And Bjorn is back in the action.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Fireball.
Okay, got hit. I'll probably, yep, he's now laying on the ground dying.
Nice, good job. It's all you. During this, was
Yeah,
the Magic
Elizabeth-
of Three Strings playing the music I paid him to do?
He did. He didn't stop. He played continuously.
Just making sure.
He
Did his body go up in flames and did I send him to ash?
you didn't send him to ash, but his body is a little charred and he's laying dead on the ground.
Good job, team. Time for the good stuff.
So Renar, he sees you after you beat him, and he runs up to him, and it's just like, oh my god, I can't believe you killed him. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, this is not good. I was not here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And Renar just bails. And yes, technically he's not.
If we don't want him to be. Just, you know,
I think we should tie him up and revive him.
take a shit and leave him on the street with nothing.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know.
If he's not dead, it's not murder.
True.
I'm sure the barkeep would rather we not kill people in his bar.
He did.
I can heal him for 1 hit point. Bind him. Anybody have rope?
I have manacles.
Ooh, manacles are better.
Fine. Let's bind him and I'll heal him for 1 hit point.
Does anybody want to steal his weapon first?
Take his weapon away.
And his armor. All
Give
of
me
it.
the axe.
We're not stealing his possessions.
No, I'm watching it for him, so he can't use it for evil.
Alright, he's healed for 1 hit point. He's no longer among the dying.
Okay.
Now we can question him if necessary. What the hell is going on?
Trying to add.
Why this guy is extorting people?
So are you
How he came to do this.
are you wanting to try and talk to him?
I'm gonna try lesser restoration. See if that puts his mind back to normal. Will that work?
Well,
I
There-
think there's a bus version of lesser restoration. My spells because it doesn't have the. I can't expand it.
let me look at it. So, which one is it? Which one are you looking for? You have lesser restoration.
Spell?
Yeah, you just gotta tap it. Let's see. So you touch a creature, and you can either heal one disease or one condition afflicting the creature, and it could be like poison, death, poison, or whatever, or poison, death, or blind, or whatever like that.
So I don't know if this guy has, some condition that this might, or affliction that this might
Like,
cure.
could cast detect poison and disease to find out.
Okay.
Can we do that? Let's see if we can.
I've got this racial trait I
For
can
this
cast.
time. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can set him right.
So I'll cast detect poison and disease.
You don't really notice anything afflicting him in that manner, but he definitely is not. There's something not right about him.
He is not the disease or poison.
So it must be some sort of mental thing.
So you notice that, like, whenever you start kind of looking like that, he kind of sits up very abruptly, and he starts like kind of looking around, and his eyes kind of do that weird little thing where they're moving off to the side, but they're moving in very erratic patterns. Imagine them basically moving in a circle, separate of one another, and like frantically moving in like all directions, kind of like a chameleon's eye, just kind of like moving and like frantically around in like all directions.
I'm going to cast detect thoughts and detect his thoughts particularly. So I need a wisdom saving throw on it.
Okay. Be a good one. All right,
He
so
succeeded at this, I can't see his like reasoning, but I can at least get his surface thoughts.
okay. So as you start kind of probing his mind, you notice an extreme lack of intellect. There's almost no intelligence to be found. You see this weird tentacle creature like walking up to him, and it's holding like this what looks like a brain with some feet on it, and it like walks up to him, and then you just see that small brain kind of like being like put in front of him, and that's like the last thing that he remembers seeing.
Do I recognize the brain as the thing we fought in the sewers?
Yes, you do.
I think I know what happened. The little brain that we fought in the sewers, it did something to him. He is, well, I mean, I wouldn't know that.
Just to be clear, I still don't owe money to this guy, right? I'm not paying for gonorrhea.
No, he needs to go to like a temple that has clerics that deal with this sort of thing. He needs to be committed.
You could take him to my dad in Fandolin.
There's
That
definitely
doesn't look far away.
there's a lot of people in
That is
town
a
that can help him.
You talk about a side quest that will take 3 months or more. We don't have time for a 3-month side quest.
I know. I just really want to go home.
It's like, I just want to see my dad. I want to see my papa.
I don't think your dad's going to be very happy with you right now.
Does your dad want to see you?
You know how I know your dad's not going to be happy with you right now? I'm not happy with you right now.
Because you're not happy with me right now, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, you're following in your dad's footsteps. At least Bonnie's not pregnant.
I'm trying to make her proud.
Thank God she's sterile. So, but this thing is so he's pretty much like flailing on the ground very wildly, like trying to break free from the manacles. He's definitely acting very strange.
If we cannot help him, it might be good just to kill him. I would never want to live like this.
No, he's a victim. We have to do something for him.
The only victim here is me.
You're not the only victim.
So like he's like kind of flailing and flopping like a fish, and then like he becomes like extremely still, just like very abruptly. Like, I mean, imagine he's in like full seizure mode, and it's just like instantly just dead still, and he like sits up very erect. he has like a very fine posture as he's sitting up. His hands are, like manacled, and he can't move. And he looks directly in the party's direction, and he just kind of like stares at you a little bit, and then his just like mouth opens, and then you hear just this abnormal voice come out from his mouth, and the thing kind of like looks at you, and he goes,
I will have my revenge.
the voice is
Voices.
the voices from the you remember it was a familiar voice that you ran into in the bottom of the sewers. That weird tentacly monster that y'all fought.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was the voice he spoke to us with.
Can I roll a Arcana to see if I know how to cure the like mind intellect devouring?
Sure. Okay. So when the mind is taken from them, there's not really much you can do. I want to say they have to be taken to a priest, and I think a greater restoration spell has to be cast on them to be able to restore the intelligence that was lost.
Right.
I relay that to the party.
Okay. Then we definitely have to take it to a temple.
Well, I'm not going to pay whatever the cost is for this spell.
And then as this kind of transpires, Volo comes out from behind his bar, and he goes, oh no, Maloon. Oh, boy. Oh, you guys really done it now. Oh, this is bad. What happened to him, guys?
He had his mind eaten by a mind flayer.
Oh,
He was best.
that
Body
would...
was of it.
Well,
Specifically, the mind flare that we ran into in the sewers.
oh, that one. Yeah, I remember you telling me about him. This is not good. Well, I'll take him. We'll get him some help. He's earned our respect.
He must remain bound. He must be taken to a temple.
Sure. We'll take care of it. I promise.
I don't know if I want him to take him. I think we should take him.
I think we should take him. I like that idea, Zan.
Not to be
Yeah.
mean, Mr. Volo, you're not really honorable or trustworthy.
I tend to concur. I think he would generally be overpowered relatively quickly should he escape his bonds.
I think we should escort him.
I suppose. I can't stop you, but
Tell us where the temple is at.
you.
One that can care for him.
There are several around town. I believe there's
You just
one
need to
in
say
the
we all
Northwood.
go together.
Said he believes there might be one in the North Ward.
So far away.
You're in the Trades Ward, which is like the ward over.
Oh, okay.
Trying to see why my maps aren't showing up. It's weird. Not showing any of my maps for some reason.
And Zoffy is just
There
going
we
to
go.
stare daggers at Volo.
It's like, I don't know why you're looking at me like that.
She's just gonna stare. Try to make him feel uncomfortable.
He does. You're quite creepy with the red skin and the red eyes.
Oh, and they glow too.
Yeah, he's.
I better go to Bonnie. She works for me now.
You're gonna have her keep giving the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point? I can't have her spread it around town.
Awesome.
I should do the honorable thing and make an honest woman out of her.
Oh my god.
So your wine ends with you. She is sterile and cannot have children.
She doesn't have to be the only wife I take. I can take another one down the line.
Apparently Bjorn is into polygamy. He's into polygamy.
So then you can spread the disease to that wife as well.
Brooke, man, you make a good point. I'm just gonna tell Bonnie to stop being such a big slut.
She goes, "Hey, I take offense to that." And she's just like, "Oh, and by the way, do you have any coin on you?"
No.
They don't call me bow-legged Bonnie for no reason.
Amazing.
You just see her kind of like waddle off in a very bow-legged stance. Kind of itching the back and the front at the same time. It's like, Boars, I don't really know how you got through all the boils and pustules, but, I mean, you must have been smashed.
Nobody matters. Like, oh look, tree bark.
Oh, Boris would be so proud.
I guess it really makes sense of why Bjorn's breath just smelled fucking atrocious every time he came back from visiting Bonnie.
Name your first child Claperidia.
Call her Gani, short for gonorrhea.
Oh my goodness.
Alright. So are we gonna roleplay taking this guy to the temple or what?
I mean, if Roland wants to go with us, I'm okay with that, but I do not trust letting this guy go off with Rolo by himself.
Read his books. Rolo's like the best adventurer in the world.
True that.
He lied to me. I don't trust him. He lured me back to Waterdeep under false pretenses, and I am not happy about it.
Polo's like that guy from Harry Potter. What's his name? The guy that wrote all the books.
Yeah, he erased people's memories and pretty much stole all their accomplishments. Yeah.
He's that guy.
I know what you're talking about. He's beaten mind slayers and dragons and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
giants.
Well, he lied to Zophi, so Zophi does not trust him. You get one chance,
And he
and
doesn't
you
actually-
ruin that.
He doesn't actually pay for the work that you do for him. He gives you some crappy deed to a haunted, broken down, busted ass fucking inn.
Well, here,
Exactly.
So
I'll hand you my dagger. Take out his kidney. Take your payment there.
Ooh, I like that idea.
how am I gonna pay for equipment and repairs and travel and food and lodging with a freaking crappy ass kidney that is probably diseased?
Nephews
That's
are
hard
looking
to-
for stuff to experiment on.
Gold.
You're looking for it.
Gold. I want to get paid in gold.
It's like monetary value is all I desire.
That's right.
It's not a very paladin-like thing to do.
That's where the motivation for Paladin. I agree.
It's a practicality thing.
Alright. Well, if you need gold, this dude that we just beat up has a bunch of armor and weapons.
No way Van's gonna let us take any of
He's the one who's advocating for taking gold.
No, I'm talking about getting paid the way he originally said he was going to pay us. Then he reneged on the contract and paid us with some lousy contract that was, or a deed that was not what we originally promised. This guy laying at our feet in manacles is a defeated combatant, and we will not rob a defeated combatant.
Hey,
Would you
Bob,
like
I
to
have
sell
an
the
idea.
house? I have the deed here. We could go sell it.
What?
We could sell the deed.
We could sell the deed. If you can find somebody who's willing to take it off of our hands.
Also, and I don't mean to
Yes.
nitpick here, but I read my letter, and there's nothing in there that says anything about money being promised for doing this job.
I thought that's what he said when we met with him the first time.
He said if we found his friend, he would pay us.
Say what with?
Exactly.
You gotta work better on getting your stuff in writing.
That's
I know.
probably
Zombie's
true.
thing is he said he in her letter, he actually had valuable information, and then what the information he gave her was not valuable at all.
But he did point you in the right direction.
She doesn't trust him. She wants to burn him.
Then you won't be able to buy his new book.
Oh, the horror.
But
Yeah.
anyway.
Hope we
But
can
Don,
sign
I have
up.
an idea. What if we take this guy to the Black Staff, and maybe they will reward us for helping solve the problem with her person?
Wait a minute. Say that again?
She said
This
take
guy
him.
works for the Black Staff, right?
Well, he used to. But if I
Oh,
recall,
used to?
he used to, and then he went on some adventure somewhere, and when he came back, he was not the same. So apparently he ran into the illicit on that last adventure.
Ah. Well, maybe if we bring the attention to the Black Staff, maybe she will reward us and pay us gold. Or he. He or she.
Might be worth a shot, but I kind of doubt it. But the Black Staff might be interested in knowing if this illicit background.
Exactly.
Well, if that's the route y'all want to go, then I guess try to inquire of where the Black Staff is.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to get the dude fixed. We
Where
should
is
take him
the
to
Black
the temple first.
Yeah, temple first, and then we should probably try to figure out where the Black Staff is.
Yeah, because then he would be able to actually talk to the Black Staff and report on what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And provide valuable intelligence to the Black Staff. Let's do that
Exactly.
first. Let's go and then he'd actually be able to take us directly to the Black Staff without us having to ask Bolo.
If he is truly the champion of Timora, if we take him to that temple, then hopefully they would treat him, without
Right.
requiring a payment. Since he's
Right.
one of them.
That's a plan. So where is there a temple tomorrow?
You could
I think
probably.
there's one in the city.
Yeah, there is. So, I want to say, I actually have. I'm trying to see if I can find them. I made actually a nice little cheat sheet thingy. I never have it with me when I need it. Give me a half second. I can tell you exactly where it's at. Doop. But yeah, I like y'all's thinking. All right, and where is Waterdeep? And where is my notes? Here we go. Doop. There it is. Okay, let's see. And I want to say, okay, I knew where the black staff is, and then where is the, trying to find it real quick. Let's see. This is that Archmage. Yep. It's Dock Ward, Sea Ward, North Ward. Oh, okay. The North Ward. So where y'all, where y'all's house and everything is.
Cool.
Yep. So the North Ward is where to go. Tap her. Oh, there we go. She stopped.
Let's hail a ride and carry him in my cart so it doesn't look like we're dragging some just guy through town.
Yeah, he's like, he's just drunk.
That looks suspicious.
He's just drunk. We're just taking our drunk friend home.
Just drunk, but cuffed.
Cool. All right. So, you're able to hitch a ride in a nice carriage that'll take you over down to the North Ward. We'll just kind of role play get into the cleric shop. I don't think I have a map for like a temple, for like a healing temple. I got a mausoleum. That's about, I think, the best I got. I'll make one though, for future stuff if y'all ever need to go and visit a priest. But after that, you take him to the temple for Timora. The clerics there were more than happy to revive their champion and to restore him back to his former glory. Upon being healed, he regains a lot of his former memories and his actual true personality, and basically just comes to his senses. So you notice after he comes kind of to his senses that he has a instead of like a nasally kind of annoying voice, he sounds very like proud and proper, like a normal knight should. And he looks at the party and just kind of like nods in a very approving manner, waiting for her to finish moving ice. Then I'll talk. It's fine. She's like looking at it, going like, sorry. But he looks at everybody and he goes, well met, friends. My name is Maloon Wardragon. I have been the champion of Timora for many years now, and I won't lie, I got a little ahead of myself. Well, you see, I decided to accompany this small band of adventurers. They didn't really look very capable, and they decided to go down to Undermountain. And well, you know what happens when you go into Undermountain unprepared. You don't come out. But they were nice. They were nice people, and I didn't mind helping them out in a time of need. And well, let's just say things got dark. The group was extremely incapable of doing anything. They had no business being down there. They were quite honestly pathetic. They were slain pretty abruptly. We were swarmed by just dozens of creatures, and I was taken captive and tortured for several days. The last thing I saw was an illithid and its crazy creature, and everything just went black.
His axe?
Ah, you mean Azure Edge? It's a fine blade.
believe it belongs to you. I take it off my belt. A good and honorable man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It means quite a lot to me. Now I feel I can use it to its utmost potential.
I asked him where he encountered the
We
Was it
were
in the Underdark.
no, he was in
Or in
under
sewers?
he was in the Under Mountain, which is directly beneath Waterdeep. It's what you go down the yawning portal, it takes you down to the Under Mountain.
Well, I'll relay the events that happened during our fight in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him that at one point he spoke in the voice of the Illithid that we ran into in the sewers directly in the city. So the Illithid is not in, the Underdark, many layers below the city, but in the shallow sewers. And that there's a pretty high probability this is news that the Black Staff is.
Well, we should definitely speak with Varja as fast as we can. This is very important information. And he explains Varja is the current Black Staff. So is that meeting her on your priority list?
No, it's not on my priority list. As a matter of fact, I never got to finish my meeting with my contact.
Before we leave this temple, we should get Bjorn and Balloon healed up.
That is definitely probably a good idea.
Wait, do you want to spend potions or spells on?
Well, I gave you all a short rest, and for saving their champion, the clerics healed you fully at no charge.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
It does good to do good things. So, if anybody gets anything back from a short rest, you're welcome.
Very nice.
Yep. All right. So Maloon will definitely want to speak with Vajra as soon as possible because he hasn't pretty much had any contact with her since he got back. He is still pruned, isn't he? But it's up to y'all what y'all want to do.
Probably go get it reported before we do anything else.
Get it what?
Report what we know.
I second
Okay.
that.
Yeah, let's go at least, make our report.
Okay. All right. So he explains that Varja is in the castle ward. Is where she currently resides in her tower. The Black Staff resides in a place called the it's nicknamed the Black Staff Tower, but its other name is the Colat Tower, or towers. It's basically two of them that kind of sit side by side, and but you can hitch you a ride over to the castle ward and get there. I'm gonna drag y'all over to the map. Y'all close the yawning portal. All right, and then Zoffy, Iris, and Okay. All right. So here is the map. Let me close the yawning portal. Adjust this to fit in the bubble a little bit better. There we go. Let's see if I can make it fit. There we go. All right, but y'all have the map out in front of you. But it's on y'all.
Are we free to move?
Yeah, this is on y'all.
Okay.
Well, I still can't get in, so wherever Van's going, I'm going with him.
Okay.
My something is locked.
All right, here, I'll move you real quick. You'll be able to move after that. Go ahead. There you go.
Alright, well, Melon's the one who knows where we're at, so he's probably the one who should.
Okay. So,
Doors. There we go.
yeah. He'll lead you into this entrance down here towards the bottom, and he'll walk in, and the doors have like weird wards on them to protect it, and he issues like a small simple command to remove the warding spell in front of the door, and it opens to be able to enter the building. And he walks in and goes back towards the office, and you see Vajra standing at like a desk, and she's kind of looking over some papers at the desk, and I'll send you out a picture of what she looks like. This is Varja. Okay. But she seems young. She looks like she might be in her maybe her mid-30s. But she's currently kind of distracted, like working on stuff at her desk. Yeah, it's on y'all.
Hello.
Do your thing.
Yep.
We'll try to pay our attention.
So she's looking at stuff, and she was writing, and then as soon as Zafi yells and screams, she abruptly just jerks, and her writing just slashes through, her quill, her pen quill just slashes through the paper, and whatever she's writing just got ruined.
That was a little over dramatic.
Well done, Zal.
Startled her.
I'm not that loud.
And then she just kind of sighs and just gently sets the quill down on the paper, and then just looks at it, and she just kind of just picks it up. She looks over in Zafi's direction, and she just kind of looks at her and cocks her head and goes, "Do you understand how long it took me to scribe this?"
Nope, not at all.
I want to pull out my blocks. Start studying.
Start studying with your word block, she said.
And in the hope to impress her, to be like, I'm somewhat of a scholar myself.
Oh God.
So she kind of looks and kind of sizes everybody up in the party, and she kind of looks over at Eris, and she was like, You seem like the smart one of the group.
He's saying that to who?
Eris.
To me, master of all magics. That's me, right here.
She just kind of like looks at you and it's just like, can you please explain to your friend how precious it is and time is wasted when you waste in spell scroll?
Yeah, I'll grab her soft, pull her to the side, and pretend like I'm telling her something important. Sure, I'm giving a good impression, you know.
Yep.
Sophie, she's really mad at you.
I can tell. We need to tell her what's going on.
We're gonna tell you. Just
In the meanwhile, I will try to grab the Blackstaff's attention. We brought back champion of tomorrow, and we have news to bring that is of vital importance. We believe. I will present Baloo to her.
Maloon, huh? Hmm. I thought you were dead. Well, no matter. I guess I should reward you for your deed.
We're not looking for a reward. We're more concerned about whether or not you have the intelligence that Balloon and our party have to bring to you. It's important.
Go on, speak.
The lithids are roaming the sewers directly beneath the city. Balloon was a victim of a lithid attack in his most recent adventure. He's an illithid that we ran into directly underneath the sewers just yesterday or the day before. Spoke through him, and we encountered that illithid directly underneath the sewers. So the illithids are in the city.
And did you kill it?
No, we were unable to because it overpowered us.
So you're weak then.
At this point, compared to it, yes.
Well, at least respect your honesty and not boast. Well, guess this will need to be attended to. It's not like I have enough to do, is it already? Oh, gosh. Well, you think you can get enough on your plate and then you just keep getting added more and more and more. More time wasted. It's never enough. She just kind of like walks over, just plops down in the chair. And just kind of just like looks at everybody and it's just like, what would you have asked for me now?
I would assume you would have some sort of plan at some point for dealing with this threat.
Yes, I will send the force. They will deal with the illithid.
That's all we can ask.
Maloon, you stay. He like walks up to her and goes like, yes, madam, yes, madam. Well, if I need your services, I'll reach out to you.
We'll be at your service.
So, but y'all can casually leave if that's what you want to do. She won't stop you. But, alright, where do y'all want to head next?
maybe back to the yawning portal so Ron can talk to his guy?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or since
Do that.
we're in the castle ward, we can go down to the docks. Since it's closer.
I mean, either one, whatever the party wants to do.
Stop by the yachting portal on the way home for the night.
I have no preference.
I mean, I'm not gonna order anything at the docks on my part, since, you know, it's more just sticking at somebody who would kill me if you tell me, so I'm good going to the young first. But I know Bjorn's got somebody at the docks.
Am I the only one that's concerned by how she just did not seem to care about the orphans?
If you're a high-level wizard, would it bother you so much?
I mean, it's a threat to the city. Shouldn't she be at least a little, you know?
She did seem more upset about that troll than
Concerned.
she was the situation.
To give you a,
Pretty big
I
city.
mean,
to give you a,
she just didn't seem to wish it.
if you would to give you just a teeny bit of insight, she's an 18th level spellcaster.
Oh,
Yeah, and this
Yeah,
is
but
she's not worried about. She's not worried about him.
Yeah, but I mean, she's in the government, right? She's a government official. Her responsibility is the health and well-being of the kingdom. She should care.
Maybe she's
The
burnt
fact
out.
that she doesn't tells me there's something wrong here. But that's me being a paladin.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just overthinking it.
For me, my research is more important than anything, so I wouldn't care.
Yeah, but you're a nerd. I expect that.
A nerd who did 80 damage in 2 turns.
Ooh, got him.
Hey, no one asked you, nerd.
It's like while you were slinging them lay on hands, he's like, I was killing the damn thing.
Yeah. You only got 1 hit it.
Oh, you just hush. All right, let's go to the docks.
So the dock ward it is. All right. So
I thought he said he didn't need to go to the dock ward. This person would kill him on sight or something.
Well, who wants to put his person to find?
Well,
No, there's-
Bjorn's looking
there's
for
another conflict
a
there.
little halfling that's supposedly in the dock ward too, so
Yeah, that's true. I gotta go find him.
I really hope it's that halfling I think it is. That's gonna make me so happy.
Trust him. Everybody knows that no halfling is trustworthy.
If it's the halfling I think it is, he's extremely trustworthy.
It was the best halfling.
He was the heart of the party. He was the heart of the party.
It was.
Is this the same halfling that shot me and killed me?
Hey, Danky's been through some shit. If you would have been with us in Vandalin, you would understand. Danky's the heart of the party.
He is tough, Danky.
Best halfling ever.
all right. So at this point it's about nighttime. It's very dark out. I'm gonna fix this grid so it's not so blue because it kind of makes it hard to see the map. I'm gonna change the grid real quick.
Gotta go get jazzed.
Let me change the grid color. That's just way too purple, blue looking. There we go. That's a lot better. So much better. Okay. All right. So send this out, which is going to be a gigantic map for y'all. So I'm gonna move up to the top so I can add y'all to it. Doop 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 doop. Okay, and Infuse and Zoffy. Here's Van. So he's heading somewhere. He's AFK for a moment, and then Bjorn. Even though I know you can't see it, but at least I'll move Bjorn around. All right. So y'all are in the dock ward currently.
Oh, I need to zoom in. I am super tiny.
All right. Is everybody prepared, situated, accommodated, everything? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Or let me know if you want me to send you pictures.
Sure. I'll send over that. I'm gonna actually try to get back into this.
All right.
I'm pretty much just going all over the entire map.
Shit. Grabbed a map on accident. Was trying to grab a token. Bastard. Stay still. Thank you. Damn it. Keep moving it. There we go. Where the fuck did I put? There it is. I was like, where the fuck did I put Bjorn's token? I was like, shit.
He's next to my token.
Yeah, I see him now. Well, he's next to Ephius's token.
I'm watching him move.
Yeah, I'm physically moving him now. But I was like,
Kazafi and Ephius are at the same time.
oh, that's probably why. Then I was like, that makes more sense then. It's like Bjorn's just like kind of like walking and running up and down, going like halfling.
Not very inconspicuous.
He's like, I told you I'd find him. I mean, that's like every time like he like runs up and he sees like a small child and he goes halfling.
How else do you find?
Small child out at night.
Yeah, it's Waterdeep.
Is there anybody out at night right now, or is it pretty much empty?
I pretty much imagined. I'm not throwing a shitload of NPCs on the map, but just imagine just casual streetwalkers. I mean, you got a couple people being a little shifty. You see people like kind of like grouped up in small sections, like they'll like sit there like sitting on crates and they're playing games with each other in like some of the alleyways. You see people trying to make like little deals on the street. You got the occasional person trying to like sell stuff on a corner. As people walking by. Like boots for sale. Fresh pairs of boots, 2 pairs of socks with it. Trying to hawk stuff.
I'm limiting my perception, like passive perception, I guess, on any sort of hint of somebody that's talking about some woman or when it looks this description there for what I'm looking for, just in case I walk by somebody talking about it.
Yeah, definitely. If anything pops up, I'll let you know. So, you're walking around and, you don't, let's see, where's my thingy at? Shit, I'm the wrong thing. All right, is everybody? Are you back in, Logan?
I am, actually.
Yeah. Once you claim your character, I'll
It's being slow, but it looks like it's finally cooperating.
Yeah, I'll share the map out to you. Oh, well, I gotta wait till you to claim your character, and then I'll share it out to you. That way it gets sent to you. Okay, there you go. Perfect. All right, so share this out. So Bjorn, you're right there, and about like you're about there in the center of the map. You know, you're walking up and down the street, going like yelling halfling. You know, where you at, little buddy?
Oh, come out and play.
Yeah. Trying to. One second. Let's see. Doop. It's like a. Okay. So you're walking down the street, and you're just yelling, you know, halfling, and as you're walking along, this guy like kind of like walks by, and like, and you're not paying attention, and you pretty much almost walk into him, and like you like almost knock him down. He goes, "Watch where you go, you asshole! I'll fucking,
Stinky, Boris, stinky.
I'll
Really
fucking
him?
kill you." And then he like slowly starts whispering stuff like, "Not now, stop! I'll kill him when I'm ready."
Excuse me, halfling. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I will fucking kill you. Get out of my way.
I'm sorry. I was instructed to give something to you.
Leave me alone.
He starts like running away from you.
No, come back. I chase after him.
You can totally outrun him.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty easy to do.
Okay, so
He
start.
goes to vigor.
I don't want to do anything that Bjorn wouldn't know. Was he given anything clear or instructive about who this person is?
You just know that he's a halfling with brown hair, and he talks to himself a lot. You weren't really given.
I have to get him in. I gotta deliver him is it the letter, right?
Yeah,
I'm
and
just told to meet him.
he like clicks his heels together, and then he just starts fucking running really, really fast. Like
Oh,
he's
shit.
he's
No,
just
come
like
back.
he's just outpacing the shit out of you.
Oh no! I'm just screaming. No,
Can I
come
cast
back.
fly? When I cast fly and
Sure,
follow?
that's fine. It's like fuck, they're everywhere. Oh God, what am I gonna do? Fuck.
Halfling, I need you. Come back. My father told me I needed to find you.
Fuck your father. I'll kill him too.
Come back.
He just keeps just running around.
We got eyes on him.
He's over here. I see him.
Where is he?
I'm gonna fly towards him. I'm chasing him. I lost him. Oh, he's over here. Scrolling in this map.
No, I'm having the hardest time.
I'm on him.
Get him.
Go, demon wings, go.
Get him, Jeff.
I can't move my token, boss.
Here, I got you. I'm gonna try to find you. I think you're in the top corner. I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see you.
Upper left.
Yeah.
left
All right,
corner.
you should be able to move now.
Bjorn, this way.
I'm coming.
He like runs like you're flying, so he's just running underneath you.
Fuck. There's too many
Would
of them.
Zoffy know anything to say to him? Or
Nope, wouldn't
did
know
he
anything
keep
about it. You're
everything
just
to himself?
chasing a halfling. You have
Gotcha.
nothing about him.
Chasing a halfling, gotcha.
Yeah, it's southwest Bjorn.
Eris? Oh, okay. Southwest. Okay, southwest, west. Okay, southwest.
Fuck.
He just like runs like underneath your legs and just like runs like through you, and then just keeps running.
As soon as I see him, I'm gonna cast hold person on him.
All right, try and roll your spell.
Hold. All right. If this map wasn't so huge.
So hard.
There's literally like
All right, so I'm gonna target him.
worker.
There he is. Bjorn, this way.
How the hell do I can't target him.
He's
Why?
you should be able to. He's on the map. Drag it, or let's see. Let me see if you have him targeted on my side. I'm looking for you now. You have him targeted. You had him. All right, do it again. All right, you have him targeted
Okay.
currently. All right, so
All right.
roll
And now,
roll for your hold person.
let's see. Explain that. Yes.
And he succeeded, so he just kept on running.
No.
Oh,
It's like, fuck
Damn
you.
it.
of course he succeeded. He's danky.
Fuck you, I'll get you
Bjorn,
all.
tackle him.
Try and tackle him.
You'll never catch me.
I can move 60 movement. Well, you can only move like what? 25.
He starts like running towards you, and then as soon as as soon as you start chasing after him and you fly over him, he just vanishes into thin air.
Ah, shit. Fucking dinky. And he's not even here to enjoy it.
No. No halfling can hide from me.
Well, get your bear sense up in here and find him.
Well, he probably got away this time, but tomorrow's a new day.
You can track him with scent. I thought you guys were good at that in the forest.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Well,
Do it.
wait a minute. You know that this guy is attracted to shiny objects, right?
I would assume so. He's a halfling.
Bait.
8. Man, that's a good idea.
Is that a
Could we
grave with a
bait?
gold coin?
What do we have that we can use as bait?
Stop, you found that weird statue.
Might work.
I don't think that's gonna work. But it's worth
Not
a
my
shot.
pretty circlet.
Let me
It's
look at my
magical.
what do we think? I don't have squat. Let's see. I will throw 20 gold pieces onto the street corner in the light and then move out of the light. Where the hell is my token?
You are. I'll put you in like the center of that. There you are.
Oh, no wonder. All right.
You're
so
in like
I'm
the top
move
left corner.
20 gold pieces on the street and then move out of the torchlight.
So you got you a little like right here. You got you some gold pieces.
Yep.
I made a little marker.
Okay. And then move back here. Gotta stay within range of the spell.
So as you're kind of like standing there and like watching, how focused are you on the thing in front of you?
Very.
Okay. Roll a perception check out in the open.
Oh, this little bastard's gonna fucking rob me.
He might.
Perception.
We all know he's good.
He's very good.
He's very good.
That was a great perception roll.
Wow.
All right. I want to say he's got.
So if I succeed and I know he's there, I am instantly going to cast Hold Person again.
Okay. All right. So he's got damn +10. Shit. All right. So he's gonna.
Yeah, it's danky.
He's gonna. All right. Let's see. All right. So he only got a 16 when he tried to pickpocket you. He rolled really low. He rolled a 6, and then he got +10. So he's directly behind you. You can't see him, but he directly. But your perception's really good, so you could sense that he's right behind you. Like you almost like feel him like lingering, trying to reach into your pocket almost.
All
So-
right.
All right. So
Directly behind me.
yep, and I think you still have him target. Oh no, what I'll do is I'll make you target him real quick. So now he's considered targeted for you now. I got him.
Fantastic. Because what I can do is, where is it? Branding Smite.
You'll have to hit him, and he's technically invisible
No,
right now.
that's not the one that I want. One. Where is it? This one? No, not that one. Where is the one? This one? There's one of them that makes him show up.
Let me see. I'm looking on you now.
So he can't freaking hide. No. Unless he's going to run, but I have to hit him.
Yeah, maybe branding. I think if you let's see, when you hit them,
Yeah,
they can't become invisible, but you have to hit them.
Well, there's one that.
Yeah, Moonbeam, it knocks them out of invisibility.
Well, there's one.
Fairy Fire.
I thought I had one that hits him with radiant damage. I'm thinking of Divine Smite.
Yeah, just a regular smite will do radiant damage.
Yeah. But you have to hit him with a melee weapon.
Yep.
You can always take a
Yeah.
swing. You can always take a swing at him. He's behind you.
Everything I have requires me to hit him first. Or I could just try Hold Person again. I'm just going to try holding.
Okay.
Everything else requires an attack roll. I'm going to try an attack roll. I might as well just try to hold him. I don't really want to hurt him. I just want him to sit still. How do I do this if he's not on the map?
Well, he's targeted, so just roll the effect, or I'll just do this. I'll make him pop up so you can see him to at least roll. But it should be he's targeted, so you should just roll and it'll.
He succeeded again.
Of course he did.
Goes, not today, bastard.
Oh, wait, that was not his. What if that was his? That's both my whole personal attempts.
So he kind of like looks.
So I
He
can't hold him.
kind of like whispers to you. It's just like,
Do you think you can see me? I'll make sure you'll never see anything ever again.
and he kind of like walks up to you and he attacks you very quickly with his death blade, and let's see how does this do. And then this one must pass that. Okay. All right. So he's going to attack you with his little knife there, and he got a hit, and so then he's also going to roll his little damage. He's not going to try and sneak attack you, but he's going to just roll damage,
Oh god.
and then
Thank God no sneak attack.
then he's going to do this effect towards you, which you failed. So now you are blind.
We get him?
You're blinded. No, he is
No.
not. He just
Zombie's
blinded.
about to try something though.
Yeah, he just blinded. He just blinded him.
Little halfling, my friend just wants to give you something. I can give you gold too if you stop for 5 seconds.
He just kind of like looks at you and just hisses. And then you're like, so he's gonna take a pot shot at you with his short bow.
Well, I am flying in circles, so I'd love to see him try. I am not staying still.
You're lucky because he rolled a 20 and it rolled off it and made it a 2.
Oh god.
I'll shoot you out of the sky.
He just like kind of like,
But I want to give you gold.
I'll take all your gold when you're dead.
Why so mean?
Halfling, we need you.
I don't need anyone. I only need me.
he just keeps running around, just trying to stay away from you. I'll make him invisible because he's technically not invisible right now since he struck, and it would have ended his invisibility. All right, so y'all are just chasing after him.
We
Yeah.
get him. I'm not giving up.
Yeah, I'm willing to keep chasing him.
All right, Bjorn, make
Oh, I saw him! Or sorry, Bjorn, I saw him.
so Bjorn make a dex check.
I want to roll at least once tonight.
Yeah, as he passes by me, I'm gonna hit him with sleep.
Oh, crap.
Hopefully he has less than 36 health.
He has 3 points above it.
Oh.
He's 39 health.
Fireball it is.
It was so
I wish
close.
I had something I can use, but everything I have is attack. Wait, I think I have blindness. Hold on.
All I can do is burn him.
I can make him blinded to death. Should I try for it?
Staffy. Now you use fire.
But
There is
he's
always
Bjorn's
plan
friend.
B.
I don't want to burn him.
So Bjorn, are you able
We
to
can bring him back.
are you able to roll, or is it is it still messing with you?
All over the place. I tell it to go right, it goes left.
That's fine. I'll roll a dex check for you real quick. All right, so you got a 13, and he's gonna run up. He's gonna try and attack you abruptly. Pretty much just trying to see if he can sneakily do it. See if you're able to kind of like jump out of the way at the last minute. Which you were, because he rolled a 1. Rolled 2 terrible rolls in a row with him.
Can I try to make him blind?
You can try.
I can try. Oh wait, that didn't work. Hold on.
You gotta roll. You just actually
Yeah,
let
there
me
we go,
let me
sorry.
remove the effect.
There.
And he
He
failed
failed!
it. He failed it.
He's
Yeah.
blind.
Nice.
Here, roll it again because I think he my effect.
Okay. See you that time.
Yeah. I think when I deleted his invisibility. Oh no, it should be only advantage because he's getting frightened. Okay, so yeah, he would have failed. Yeah, that
Okay,
needs
so
to.
he's blind.
Yeah, he's blind. Yeah, that's not coded right. I'll have to fix that.
And then I'm gonna shout, "We don't want to hurt you. Bjorn wants to talk to you. I don't know why, but he wants to talk to you."
So he's just like slashing wildly and blindly in all directions, like, "I'll kill you! You don't know who you're fucking with!"
If he's not moving, can I use mold earth underneath him to open up a hole and drop him into it?
That is entirely possible. He's gonna swing one good time at Bjorn, and he still hit him even though he's blind. And he's gonna just add this little bit of damage, and then you can mold earth him into the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little jail cell, make him fall 5 feet into the ground, and then have some bars show up on top of him so he can't get out yet.
He's like, where am I? I'll kill you. You let me out now.
There you go, Bjorn.
Okay. This was annoying, halfling. I'm not gonna lie. This really started to try my patience, especially since I'm told that you were friendly.
I have no friends. I have only me.
Not entirely true.
They abandoned me.
Who abandoned you?
These so-called friends. They tried to kill me.
I'm sure that's not true. I don't know why I was told to find you, but I was told to find you.
And I was told to kill you.
You're coming with us whether you like it or not.
Well, he's pretty much a prisoner. He's blind. He can't. I wouldn't say he's defenseless, but I mean, if you try to get him out of the hole, he's gonna slash at you.
Wait,
I'm gonna
remind me
try
those
to-
manacles again.
Which I would say
I
you
also
would.
have rope.
Yeah, I would say you definitely have your manacles because you would have received them after you healed Dude Buddy. So
I can start filling the hole up with water until he decides to calm down.
I don't think it's gonna calm him down.
it's like putting a rat in the damn dangerous situation. It's gonna burrow more.
Speaking out of character, that would make matters worse, but Zoffy doesn't know that.
Sure, nothing doesn't know that.
Nath knows that, but Zoffy doesn't know that.
He was sitting in the water. He's like, "What is this? What are you doing?
Let me out. Let me out now.
Oh, Vaughn, that's a really good idea.
Go on, say.
might I suggest using those spiffy new gloves to take that damn knife away from him?
It's a very good idea.
Just don't roll a 20.
Michael Jackson gloves, here we go.
We go. MJ gloves.
Iphius, is that something you want to do?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Here, I'll move you kind of. I'll put you over where everybody's at. There you go.
I know none of us like that dagger.
Oh, it was so close. It was so fucking close.
+6 to his sleight of hand.
I really like that, Van. Yeah.
Unless we're going to try to sleight of hand it.
Yep. And then, do you know how to add 6 to it?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay. Yeah, he should you should be able to take it away from him with that.
Oh, thank God, that dagger has caused so many problems.
Does it start to whisper to me?
Give it back! Give it back! I need it. Give it back to me now.
You need to tell us.
You need to stop talking! Give it back! Give it back! I need it.
You need to tell us your name.
Stop talking! Give it back! Give it back! Please! Give it back! Please, please, please! Give it back! I need it.
Not until you tell me who you are.
Please! I need it. You don't understand.
You don't understand that I was told to find you, and I'm very confused as to why.
I will kill you! Give it back! Give it back to me now!
Not getting it back until you answer my questions.
I'm going to walk out of his sight so he can't yell at me to get back.
Who are you?
He just like stares at you. He's like, his entire face is just blood, like it's just blood red. He is like, his eyes are like bulging out. He's like just pure fury, just staring daggers at you. And he just looks at you and he goes,
I will kill you. Give me my dagger.
Okay, you won't tell me who you are, so how about I tell you who I am? My name is Bjorn Ursus. My father is a cleric named Boris.
Give me my dagger.
I don't think we should give it back to him.
I don't think so either. Can I try and melt it?
Let him help it.
Oh, I like that idea.
I can just make acid.
all right, so what do y'all want to do?
Definitely don't let that dagger anywhere near Nanki.
That pocket of it.
No, but the blacksmith could probably make us a lead box. Or
I mean-
something to shield it from so the magic doesn't leak out. That thing is
Do we know it's magic or cursed? All we know is that he really likes it.
I think at this point it's safe to say that his behavior makes it obvious, but these characters don't know that.
I agree with that. Clearly, the dagger's having some sort of effect on him.
I mean, if we throw money in front of him and he ignores the money in favor of the dagger, that's indicative.
Yeah, I don't think that takes a genius.
I don't know.
I mean, he completely ignored the money I threw in the street.
Yeah, but how much did you put down? Like 20 gold?
Look, for people who, in these fantasy settings, a copper piece is a lot of money for the peasantry.
Yeah,
Specifically, more
A
special,
gold piece
Not
is
compared to a magic dagger.
or even just like a handy heirloom dagger that is, parents looking for something.
Right, but you can't buy food with a magic dagger.
But you can kill people with it.
So
So you can stab
kill people with it,
paladins
but
and
you can't buy
barbarians.
food, drink, and lodging with it. So
Whatever money you acquired when you kill people with it works and spends well.
Oh, whatever you want to do. I got them locked
That's
under the
true.
ground for an hour. So,
So
you
we
make
just
up
need
your
a
mind.
plan. I mean, you might want to try putting him to sleep again. So we
I
can at
rolled
least
pretty
get him
high
out of there. Well, the alternative is to club him over the head. Try to knock him out.
Whatever y'all want to do.
But am I still blinded at this point?
Currently, yes. Now you can do a. I'm trying to remember what the save is. Now you can do a. I want to say it's a deck save to get rid of it.
Dex
Yeah.
for blindness, really? That's interesting.
If not, your lesser restoration stuff would get rid of it.
That is also true.
Or your lay on hands.
I don't have any level 2 spots left.
That's a constant V30 get rid of blindness.
I got a 14 on the dex save.
Okay, that is not enough. Sadly, it needs to be an 18 or higher.
That figures. I'll just lay hands on myself. How does lay on hand do that?
You
It
have
just
5
restores,
points in.
It doesn't remove conditions.
I know when you do
Heals.
5, it does like a disease, I think, but I can't remember what else besides that.
No, lay on hands restores hit points.
It does something else too. When you use let's see, where is it? Alternatively, you can spend 5 points from your pool to heal like whatever target to cure one disease or neutralize a poison affecting it.
Still won't be that. Never mind.
Yeah, but you have to use
Work on blindness.
5. 5
Yeah.
total. But yeah.
That won't work. Your wounds won't work. I just kind of have to endure it at this point.
Okay.
Just chain him up, bring him with us, and we'll deal with it later.
Now, everybody bear in mind that this guy is a rogue, right? So, we have to strip him of his knives, his thieves' tools, everything.
So manacle him and tie him up with rope. Got it.
And preferably knock him unconscious. And break his fingers.
Yeah, break his fingers.
But yeah,
If
he's
you want him to be on our side, that might not be a good idea.
yeah, but he's pretty much ravenous, like just trying to claw and rip his way out of this hole. He's furious. He's almost incoherent. Like he's pretty much like a mad animal, just screaming in this pit that y'all set up for him.
Need you to bonk him over the head once or twice so that I can put him to sleep. You can just knock away like 10 or 15 health. That'd be great.
Okay. Would my quarterstaff be able to hit him?
I mean, yeah.
He's
I mean,
the hole is only 5 feet big, so.
yeah, you could
like
stab down
I
into
thought
it.
you said there were bars or something on top, so.
You
Yeah, I
could
put a couple parallel bars on top, but you'll be able to go
Gotcha.
through them.
Yeah.
So this is non-lethal. And I still missed.
Wow, you rolled a 1 and a 3.
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Good thing is he can't avoid, so just keep trying.
Alright, so I'll try again with my quarterstaff. There we go.
0 damage.
No damage.
0 damage.
Someone else try.
I'll just walk up and like shoot him.
I'll back up so you can.
Tell him just fill the hole with fire and heal him afterwards.
My God. Terrible.
If it's not fire damage, I can't do anything.
There, 18 damage.
Nice.
I mean, he's got like a burning wound in his shoulder, but you know.
Alright, I do 30 sleep on my last second level spell.
Okay. That'll definitely put him down.
Alright.
Hurry, let's tie him up.
Get him with... And I will remove the bars and pull him out of the ground with my earth spell.
Okay.
Here's the rope, Eris.
I'm
We'll
not gonna
strip
tie him up.
all of his possessions and put them in a bag of holding. Everything.
Speaking of bag of holding,
We don't know that he has our old bag of holding.
if we search
Well,
him, we'll
what's in
find
it?
it. We won't
That's
know what's
true,
in it, but when we
but-
search him, we'll find it.
That's right, but that stuff belongs to the other party.
One thing you notice inside the bag of holding, you notice like this extremely large, almost egg-shaped item. It looks monstrous.
Yep.
What that could be.
Dragon egg. Unless it's a harassed testicle.
I think there are some testicles in that bag, though.
Yeah, the creates testicles.
Yep.
When you say monstrous, how big are you talking?
It's bigger than
200
this
pounds, right?
halfling is.
Bigger than what?
It's bigger than the halfling.
Oh, goodness. It's not a terrestrial testicle. I don't need the right to see it. It's getting excited for a second now.
Okay. But I feel like this is a good point to end on. Y'all apprehended this evil little halfling. He kind of was quite annoying to deal with in this capacity. And he's
As usual.
yep, he's
Let's scoop up my coins off the street.
oh, those are gone. Those are long gone. Those little kids running around saw that shit when you lifted. They're gone. As soon as you walked away, those things were fucking gone. I mean, this is Waterdeep. There's kids everywhere. They're gonna steal all your money. This is the dock ward, son. This is where all the transients work.
That is not fair. I don't think I like you very much. Alright, fine, whatever.
It's realistic.
It's a very smart move for somebody who's so about the money.
So before everybody breaks, I will be 53 years old tomorrow. Yay me.
Happy birthday.
Congratulations! Happy birthday!
Birthday.
Yay!
Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday.
I will be doing absolutely nothing.
That's exactly
As you
what I
should.
plan to do on my birthday.
I'm just telling everybody to get the hell out of my house.
The best.
That's right.
Congrats, man. I don't mean to make you feel old, but you're older than my dad.
That's awesome. Thanks very much.
He's like as old as my dad.
Yeah, if I'll make you feel younger. You're younger than my dad. How about that?
You're also younger than my dad,
For some
and you're younger than my mom too.
My dad had me when he was like,
perspective, I was born in the Nixon administration. I watched Gerald Ford stumble off of Air Force One. Let's see, Jimmy Carter started and ended his presidency while I was a kid. I've been through the hippie era, the disco era, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, and now the 2020s.
so are
Wars
the
all gonna
aliens
end.
as cool as they are in my head?
They were every bit as bad and as wonderful as you could.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah. The hair was terrible, the clothes were terrible. The music was fantastic.
The movies and the music.
Yeah. I was in